Right, so we've extended the word now, but now is now, and now means we're live now. Now, that's the word now. Welcome, week
Now,
3.
now
Yeah,
presently
now
now
presently.
okay.
Yeah, the present is Sebring. The now is the 1, 2, and the yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Right,
other
right.
Sorry, Sean.
other stuff. So, welcome
I should
everybody.
have failed.
So some week 3
No, my bad.
oval
I
road
didn't want
action.
to lift.
Sorry, I'm getting
I should have.
radio chatter. Sean's
Me,
trying to kill more people
I
in my
didn't want
intro.
to either.
Thanks, Sean. Gosh darn it. So, welcome to Sebring, week 3. Gonna be a grand old time here, trying some SDK stuff
I
out.
had
So
a
I'm gonna
hope and a
flip over
prayer it
and
would
I'm gonna
work out.
see. Yes, that looks like some race info right there.
Does
So
it?
much cooler than yeah, man. So much cooler than old school iRacing stuff that is boring, tacky, and constantly yells at me for not having my wheel plugged in. So SDK doesn't care if I have my wheel plugged in. It's great. I love it.
It really doesn't. Yeah. Whoa, that is
So
really light.
what is? Huh?
Yeah. Just the stream just looks really whited out for some reason. It might just be my. Oh, there we go. Yep, my screen was buffering. My bad. Continue.
Okay, sorry about that. So here's the details or the down and dirty for this week. Like I said, we're at Sebring International. Um, we are checking out. Get some cameras up in here. There we go. So we're checking out some Florida action for this week's race. Getting ready, everybody ready for the iRacing Sebring events that'll be happening here next weekend. As we had the IRL stuff last weekend, which ended in a bunch of crazy crashing and a bunch of you know stereotypical intense racing means incident stuff. But it is currently a nice 70 degrees Fahrenheit day out there. We do have a little bit of our race notes as well, kind of describing the what's about to expect. Oh, that was a good park job. I don't know whose Ferrari that was, but it looked cool. So race notes for today. So obviously this is the Road League. If you didn't notice by the road, although tomorrow night we'll fake you out. We are currently in our 1 hour practice session. After that hour practice session ends, we will roll into a 10-minute qualifying session where it is the best of 3 laps. And then the top 10 finishers from that qualifying session will be inverted to start our 15-minute sprint race. 15-minute sprint race will happen, followed by a 10-minute warm-up session, and the driver's finishing order from said sprint race will roll directly into our 45-minute race. And the note that cars are only filled to a maximum of a 50% fuel tank, so everyone, and I mean everybody, is going to have to pit for some of that sweet, sweet gas. Silk, you excited for tonight?
Yeah. What was it? Splash and gas. I don't remember. I learned a new term last week and I forgot it already. Yeah,
Uh,
really excited. Sebring, cool. It's gonna be a fun road race. Is everybody here tonight? I know we got Sean here. I know we got Jimmy here. Tiago. We got Morgan, your boy Morgan. What's his last name again? I can't
oh,
remember.
stop. I don't want to. It makes me so sad. I can't figure myself out, man. I think is it. T- I don't even want to say it. Can I just say Morgan T so I don't interrupt or mess anybody up? Oh man, I feel so bad. Chris Dowden out there on the track right now, though, local Florida
Mhm,
man, looking good in his 808 Ferrari machine. Chasing
mhm,
down, I
mhm.
believe that is. Well, let me get. Man, you guys are just gonna have to totally completely and utterly work with my inability to remember which button to push to bring things up. So, Battle Box, as you can see, yes, that was Rashana Trey that he'd passed and then very politely gave his position back by trying a grass entry into that corner, which is not the optimal line as far as I can tell. So, Chris Dowden will find himself back in the pits for tonight's race.
For another 30 seconds anyway.
Yeah, so Gavin, here's another name to murder for me. I'm gonna say Dowmit. Gavin Dowmit, another one of our Texas. But these guys are like, do you guys know where the cameras are? That's the second time tonight already. Somebody's like parked on the camera. That's amazing. But Gavin's out there tonight. He's one of our new drivers. Texas Speed Sims Racing guys. Daniel McConnell, another member of that team, and they're very sharp-looking BMWs with a lot of stars and Texas-themed things going on. And very sharp out there tonight. else is out there on track right now? Oh, look at that. Old Layton's out there. Number 12 machine. Oh, and you see we've hit our timer, the top left. So we are done with our hour practice session. Now we are rolling into qualifying. Drivers have how many laps tonight, Will?
3 laps in a 10-minute time span, right?
Yes, I'm quizzing you too. I can't pronounce names.
Hey.
I'm quizzing you. So we'll only have a select few drivers to work with here tonight, but we'll keep an eye on Leighton for the moment here. Try to see what his situation will look like. I'm gonna drop his battle box for the moment. Information could we pull up? So got so much to talk about. Oh my, all this
Yeah,
power.
there's a lot going on.
There is so much going on. Well, we could pull up here. Let's try this. Let's pull up the track map. There's a thing, right? So it's not gonna have. I guess it's not gonna have Leighton's position on it. Oh, there it goes. Is this okay? Yeah, it was set to position, and he didn't have one because he's qualifying. So that's
Right.
going to be a thing, right? So, but you see late now, and I don't have any knowledge of numbers of turns or anything crazy like that. I just know this is Sebring, and I know that the final corner is called Sunset. That's all I got. So, but I do know that Sebring was repurposed from an airfield, which I think is really cool. I know Sebring is at a lot of times very bumpy and has a lot of really good racing. I've done myself a 12-hour event here and a few 45-minute sprint races back in the day. They probably like last year. It's a fun place. Silk definitely could work on his tan here for sure.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know what else you do in Florida. Florida things
Uh, Dodge the Gators? I don't really know.
could be another name. Let's check out. I've got so many options. My goodness. Let's check on old Thornton here, making his return to the leagues after. Well, actually, I don't think he's been in Six Sigma stuff yet, so it'll actually be his first event. And oh man, he looks a little loose under acceleration there. See the 46 machine, yeah, wiggling out there a little bit. So he's really trying to get the handle on that BMW. That or he's heating his tires up, maybe. Silk, do you have any ideas what that could be?
No. Something about car stuff and cold track, cold tires, maybe.
There you go. Cold track, cold tires, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Cold track, cold tires. Speaking of track, let's see here. Let's take a look at. Got some weather that we can talk about. How is our temperature change? It's still 70 degrees. Track temp is now to 74.
Ooh,
So the track is going to start
okay.
warming up here a little bit. Obviously, the track temp, being pavement and whatnot, is going to be a different temperature than the air, because that's how that works. That's a thing. Um, let's see. We have. I could pull up the qualifying positions, like who's got what times. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, so far it's not registering for some reason for me anyway.
Oh, is it because maybe nobody's actually done a lap yet? That could be a thing. It
That's
is
what I'm
it is a
thinking.
longer
Yeah.
lap. So yeah, we're trying trying to get you guys the overlay to pop up there so you can see um, who exactly is finishing where. I think it's just the race display will show it when somebody crosses. But for now, we are waiting for somebody to give us a time here. So we've taken a look at Thornton there a little bit. We got Mr. Jeff Oakes out there as well. A little Porsche gang action. Driving his
Let's
very
see. Yeah.
colorful red, white, and gray machine.
Yeah, it's not showing anybody has posted a time yet because I was like,
Okay.
SDK is not showing. Okay, there's
There
our
we go.
first timer, Tiago.
Tiago.
All right,
Fantastic. You'd love to
there we
see
go. Now
that.
they're starting to come in.
That. All right. So we want to
Yeah.
see their best time. So we'll see that now. So yeah, Morgan
Yep.
T.
Now they're
You
starting to
can't
go.
trick
Yep.
me. Breaks into the 159s.
Who's in
159.814.
that second spot?
Richard
What's that name
Hibbs.
again?
I can read it now, man. That's the cool thing about SDKs. I can actually see it, so that's kind of cool. Richard Hibbs, P2 in his 15 machine. Keep an eye on him right tonight as he tries to put the pressure on these front guys. Had an awesome battle last race with Sean Ryan. Sean ended up sneaking away, but even said in post race that Richard definitely kept him honest. So looking forward to seeing some sparks fly tonight. And hopefully Morgan's internet holds out because, gosh, I don't want another disconnect to be the reason why we don't get a full
Hmm.
race battle between those guys up at the front.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing because that was kind of like the highlight, the primetime fight of the night, and we never really got to see that. Although it did give Morgan some extra practice driving through the field.
Yeah, yeah, I think he's about sick of that this league at that point. Holy cow, I feel so bad. But amazing drive from him though. Kept it calm and got it all the way back up to fourth, which I think is amazing in itself. Brandon Dooley, another one of our drivers. I keep switching to BMWs. What the heck's going on here? Brandon Dooley's another one of our drivers that has had some pretty good success so far. I think he had a late race incident last week at Hockenheim that cost him a little bit of time at the end and a handful of positions that I bet he wishes he would like back. But otherwise, pretty sound racing from the number 4 machine as he thunders on through to try to finish up his second lap here. On to his third. Now as we see the board shuffles ever closer, we've got so far times for like 23 drivers so far. This one seeing the top 20. But top 20 right now currently to be Brett Wolf would hold the 20th position with his 205, 228. As I say it, he gets bounced. So um, we have Thiago P3. Corey Abbott moves up to P2. Look at Corey sneaking up there. You can't ever count this guy out, can you, Will?
No, Corey's also been plagued with some internet issues, and
Yeah,
just got
pre-race.
back last week. Yeah, well, just got back last week. He missed the previous week, I believe, due to some issues. But yeah, man, just rolling through it.
Yeah, he's a trooper, man. Had that awesome win at New Hampshire at the end of last week in the Cup Series. Um, just determined. I mean, shot me a message before the race, and he's like, "Man,
Mhm.
if I get internet before this race starts, I'm winning this race." He said.
Yeah,
He might have
that's what
used
it was.
slightly more colorful words, but I will not share them here. But needless to say, Corey was very determined to win the race, and he did just that in very stylistic fashion, as Corey does. So it's a great race for him. Looking forward to seeing what he can do tomorrow as well at Watkins Glen along with tonight. So lots of road racing in for the 21 Porsche machine this week. He's not a Porsche in the other league, but things and stuff and things. Sean Ryan, there's a name we talked about a little bit last week, maybe just a touch. And
Nah.
his and his number 4, yeah, don't feed the ego, right? His number 4, or I'm sorry, he's in 4th. His number 9, Lamborghini, very nice, fresh, minty colors. I bet his car would sell
Uh-oh.
good toothpaste. Uh-oh, what's the uh-oh?
Oh, looks like my live timing crashed. Okay.
Oh, does that mean
There
I'm
we go.
next?
Now it's updating.
Oh, I was just saying, I think I'm next. I just noticed he's got the Gran Turismo banner on the hood of that car. Does he know that he's in iRacing and not Gran Turismo?
I don't think he really cares, if I'm honest.
You know what? That could be fair. Could totally be fair. But Sean is ever so close to being the 4th driver to break into the 159 club. He's a 2 minute and 2 thousandths of a second there. So he's trying now to get on his 3rd lap as he rockets down towards the final corner into Sunset. Rounds the corner here. We'll stay with Sean just to see if he can manage to get it done on his 3rd lap. Uses the wall, comes to the line, and
And
on his
what's the
3rd lap,
result for the Noodle King there? What do we got?
Noodle King jumps to P2 with a 159.764. Now, I'm telling you, I know it doesn't seem like a lot. You think 3/10, but man, the qualifying times that Morgan can produce are unbelievable. I mean, he has so much single car speed. That's now I think all 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, where Morgan has legitimately qualified multiple tenths ahead of second place in this field. Morgan can really move, Silk. That's something.
Yeah, he's got some skills. I really like his driving through the pack skills too. And I know there's a lot to be said about luck on where you meet them and all that, but I mean he's consistently just driving through. We saw Corey do it last week as well. Um, so it's not like it's he's the only one, but he's consistently doing it. And do we have a grid? Can we show the grid? No. Okay.
Right on.
No.
I've got my top 12 here. So Jimmy Hayden will be taking the pole as he was the 10th fastest with Chris Dowden to his
There
outside.
we go. Yeah.
P2 or row 2, Brandon Dooley, Richard Hibbs. Row 3 would be Andrew Storzum and Daniel McConnell. Row 4 would be Tiago Fernandez, Corey Abbott. Row 5, running out your top 10, Sean Ryan, and then Morgan T. 10th place.
Morgan T. All right.
So getting some shout outs in chat from Texas Speed Sim Racing King Champ, shouting out his team and Six Sigma as well. Thank you, thank you. Get some says share the words. It brings realism to the event. All right. I think those are the words you want me to share. 73, 60, 37, Texas Speed Sim shout out. P6 for the win. Lots of Daniel McConnell love in chat tonight for great reason too. This guy can drive, guys. This guy can really drive.
One thing we haven't heard from Daniel tonight on the radio. You were
I am so
expecting it
sorry,
earlier, and he
guys.
didn't
The
follow
starter
through.
didn't. I must have turned the car off.
Oh, had a little bit of a weird start there from Jimmy Hayden. Sorry about that as we're trying to get going. I was very confused as to what he was looking at too.
Now you started up there, huh, Jimmy?
Yeah, it backed it up a little bit. Oh man.
Get him! Get him!
Oh my
I
goodness.
love it.
Daniel and Gavin, yeah. Man, lots of Texas Sim Speed love in the chat tonight. Awesome stuff. We'll have to keep an eye on. You guys keep telling me when to check in on them here. We'll have our board up for pretty much the whole race, I think, if we can. But we'll keep an eye on all of that stuff. I'm going to try to do my best to make sure I've got my events board is going nuts. It's telling me every little person that's passing, every little person. It's like, holy crap. But I guess if it colors it differently, then I'll be good because it's just green everything right now. So really cool though, but they are currently working on their pace lap. It looks like we have a full pace lap in here, so I don't know if Carrie didn't have the shortened pace lap checkbox or something, but these drivers are currently having to essentially run the whole lap under pace before we get the drop of the green here. So that'll be interesting to say the least. Excuse me. But we will
I'm
get.
just wondering if our lights are going to be green or if they're going to be red when we get the green flag to go.
Do those shut off automatically after the race starts?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
after a few seconds they'll just go away. But
Gotcha.
notoriously, it's always been a red. I think I got a fix for it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We are very experimental tonight. Oh, man.
Ooh,
Chris Schuessler
yeah.
crashed. Ray Membrano crashed. Uh-oh. I don't see any issues. Yeah, maybe they just did a little touch. A little 11 before the race starts there. Could be a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll keep an eye on the front of the field for the moment as everybody's going to be anticipating the start of this race. Not too much further to go now. This is why you do short pace laps. Goldie! Surprised you're not on the race tonight, man. Good to see you in chat, though. Welcome, welcome. It is about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. Those lights are about to turn a color. I don't know which. Could be red, could be green, could be purple. I know, Silk. You never know.
I mean, if I would have thought about it for a minute, I probably would have done that. But I just wanted to see if we could get anything but red first.
Oh, you love to see it. Well, we've got 32 cars in the field tonight.
Someone throw a baseball at the pace car's side view mirror.
And I'm telling you, it feels great to see this many cars out there tonight. I sincerely hope that we keep it clean through the first couple corners and don't have a huge pileup because I think everybody would like a relatively clean race. for sure going into the heat, and then transitioning into what will be our 45-minute feature, followed up after this. Lots of points, lots of positioning on the line. 32-car field. You do not want to be stuck in the back, but drivers are hitting it. It is green. They got green lights. Silk, we've got green
Hey,
lights on
green
the field.
lights.
Jimmy Hayden rockets to the front off the start.
Whoa.
He's going to take the lead. Oh, we do have some cars bumping and banging into each other. I see, looks like Raymond Brano and Brett Wolf as well involved in a crash. At the back there is Jimmy Hayden pulls a very commanding lead. Chris Dowden in P2, heavily defending Brandon Dooley in P3 with Andrew Storzum right there as well. Let's see if we can jump back here real quick and take a look at what happened to Raymond Brano here on the start of the race. Oh, just a big checkup, and yep, he ran right into the back of Brett's car, and that looks like that bent his wheel. Oh man, that is super, super unfortunate for those guys here. So we'll catch back up to live there now. You see Chris Dowden still P2, still trying to stick with Jimmy Hayden as he can. If I can tinker with our board here a little bit, because I don't think we want the best time anymore, but the interval would be kind of cool. Or maybe even the gap. Let's try that. Yeah, numbers. Silk, we love them. Data. Beautiful
We do
things.
love numbers. Yep.
This is a good looking field. Let's take a look back here. What do we want to check out? Oh, I know somebody to take a look at. It's Kerry Brooks. All the way back in P12. How could you not? That's a maybe
Gotta
yellow
love that
Porsche.
honeycomb.
That's that maybe yellow Porsche if I've ever
That
seen
maybe
one.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yep.
77 machine with the PCA banner looking oh so smooth. Kerry Brooks is currently at his qualifying position, so he has no change so far. Not anybody super moving. It looks like Brian Beeman in 15th might be your biggest mover so far, but everybody else seems to be pretty steady in their positions. It's very busy. You see,
Yeah.
right
Very busy.
As you see right in front of these guys, looks like a Leighton and Oh! A Leighton and Corey get into it. Corey spins.
Sorry, Morgan, I got loose.
Oh.
That was a heck of a hit check.
And the Leighton running Kerry into the wall there as well. Not sure what's up with that. That was some really tight racing from them. Try to catch up. My events board doesn't know what the heck to do here. So I don't have... I guess Corey did not crash. Okay. Oh, and it looks like Leighton has possibly some internet issues here. As we see, it's non-focused on him at this point. Or it switched to scenic. Yeah, because there is no car. So that's not good. We'll jump back on board here with Kerry Brooks. See if I can get there we go. Get something there. So I don't know what happened to I don't know what Leighton just seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth on that one, so not quite sure what happened there. So that was interesting.
That was, yeah, there was a lot of activity going on right there. Like you said, it's really tight racing.
Yeah, golly. Kind of don't even know where to look at this point.
I'm not seeing any data for some of these guys.
Yeah, Leighton looks to be dropped off the face of the earth, so I believe he has either disconnected or pitted with something.
Yeah, I didn't like I got that spot.
And Renee and Brett as well are way out of position due to their early incidents there. So Logan Key currently back here in 23rd. He's settling in as well. Currently down 2 positions from where he started, looking to get back on the high horse and start riding again. Right in the cockpit with him here for a minute and just kind of see what he sees as they go down the back straightaway here, heading towards Sunset. Got some great draft off the back of Dare Chan. Sunset, look at the bumps. Oh man, oh, Dare Chan's gonna get loose. Logan just to the inside. Dare Chan does save it though, right in the mirror, you see it. It was a great save. My goodness. Kept the Ferrari out of the wall, kept it clean, which is good. Sunset Forever, a tricky corner. For sure, with the sweeping angle and the bumps, trying to unsettle the car at any and all times. Pretty tight, intense racing here. Go ahead and check out Mr. Morgan T, who's currently right behind Sean Ryan. These guys have only managed to move up 2 spots apiece, still stuck 7th and 8th, respectfully, from their start position. Will, does that surprise you?
It really does, because these guys are generally the ones that like to just drive through the field. Now, that said, we've got Jimmy Hayden, Chris Dowden, Brandon Dooley, Richard Hibbs, Tiago, Andrew Storsam, all in in that top 10 of the people they would be driving through. So I think this might be our top 10 battle group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really do think, especially when it comes to road racing, that the positioning, the track position, it's very, very huge at places like this, because you just don't have the easiest time making a pass on somebody. And so, it really tends to matter
They're still too wide there on me.
where that goes. It looks like Leighton has come back to the pits, and okay, so I think he
And then if you
reconnected.
ever get to me, I'm broken, so just keep that in mind.
Oh no.
I'll try to get out of your way.
That's not
Yeah.
good. What's going on with Corey there?
Oh, that's a big hit there. Let me see if I can back it up to where he actually went off here. So he's trying to get, oh, yeah, big contact there. So Corey is very much down on his luck now. Heavy damage there. Logan Key also crashing at the back here. We'll take a look. You got a lot of incidents happening here. Let's see. Looks like these guys are about to go into sunset.
Oh, Logan just
Oh!
caught him.
Yep. Right in the back too.
Yeah.
Get corrected as they go back around the corner here. So, yeah, just a lot going on. Looks like Shauna has also had an incident. So a few drivers definitely having some incidents out on track. You see, like Brett Wolf is currently the last one out running. So he's still not quite a lap down, I don't believe. But he is getting close for sure, as he's a whole minute and 20 seconds off of Jimmy Hayden. Still currently leading. Very clean, like I would say too here. If we take a look at maybe nose of Brandon Dooley, who's now in P2. That's his view of Jimmy currently. So he can see him. And if he's got some speed, he's definitely got the space to get it done now, Silk. But the question is 7.5 minutes enough to catch and pass Jimmy?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Jimmy's, once he gets out there, he's like Sean and some of these other guys. Corey even has done it before. You just get out front and you stay out front. But I don't know. This track might just be problematic for anybody.
Yeah, definitely could be. As Andrew Storsam goes wide here, it looks like Sean and Morgan are both going to try to get him all at once here as they stay nice and tight, and they will. Morgan through. Oh, Andrew so close to hitting the wall there, but he does remain clean. Loses 2 spots in sunset, though. That was not a great corner for him. He'll fall back, so now Sean Ryan and Morgan T are up 3 spots apiece as they stay ever consistent. Sean using up a little bit of the dirt there. Rally Lambo. Gotta love it.
Right?
As he tries to get his mint machine rolling in the right direction.
You can never really count out the Noodle King. He's always bringing out stuff that you just don't expect, and his consistency and his ability to just make things happen when you think there's no way it's going to happen.
Yeah.
He just does that constantly, so you can't ever count him out. The Noodle King is Noodle King for a reason.
I love that name. Well, Sean has no quit in him. He really doesn't. So it's
Right?
it's definitely going to be interesting to see him and Morgan clashing all season, and if these two can get up there and catch Jimmy, because old Jimmy boy is Gone right now, and they have a lot of work to do if they want to catch him. And the time is ticking away. Now, somebody I would like to highlight, maybe somebody that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but he should right now because he's up 10 positions from where he started. It's Kenny Caution, or Kenny McGrath, whatever you want to call him. Up 10
Kenny
spots,
Caution.
started 30th, now up to 20th. And, I mean, I don't know if his car ever looks clean, but I mean, bodywork wise, it is definitely clean. So, but he looks like he's running a fantastic little race for himself there as he continues to charge forward now, trying to run down the likes of Joe Lee, Kent Christman, and Jeff Oakes, the next 3 spots ahead. So lots of movers in the back there. I think towards the back, you're getting the guys that have taken advantage of other drivers' mistakes. Another driver possibly to highlight would be Brian Beeman, currently up 7 positions from where he started. Looking very, very sharp, his 41 machine.
Yeah. I was looking for Brian earlier. I didn't expect him to be back so far. And yeah, I'm happy to see he's moving up.
He is. He's trying to figure out how to get around Kerry, it looks like. So Kerry better figure it out here soon. Both of these guys look to be chasing Thornton Thomas as well, who's up 5 positions from where he started. So he's passed both of these guys already. Well, at least he's past Kerry. I don't think he's past Brian. Brian was a bit further back. But semantics at this point. Really good looking stuff, though. I have high hopes for this. I hope Brian can have a solid race and stays clean. That's what he needs to find, as he almost took the championship away from Corey last season, just simply by consistently finishing up there in the top positions. I mean, I think he only had 1 win last season, but gosh darn it, he had points like he had 3. You know, just really, really consistent driving. That's what Brian likes to bring to the table, besides really good soundboard clips for my cousin. But great
Yeah.
for Brian. Happy to see him out there tonight. Running
Well,
well.
it's looking like we've really got, 3 groups up there in the top? We've got Jimmy, and then, well, Brandon Dooley is slightly falling back. He was staying up there pretty close to Jimmy.
About
And then
2/10
Chris
slower.
was on his own back there in kind of like a little field. And Tiago, Sean, Hibbs, Morgan T, Andrew, that whole, Sean just lost it. And caught it back up. Nope, and that pack is still a pack.
Well, look who got around Sean, though. You make one mistake
Yep.
and Morgan will strike.
He's right there. But yeah, so it's, Jimmy and then a couple of singles and then the pack of the rest of the 10.
Yeah, I want to take a swing back here, see if we can catch the incident. Oh, Sean gets hit a little bit. I think that's Richard Hibbs, possibly. A little bit of contact, so that's why Sean got loose, and that's how Morgan managed to slip around him there. It almost looked like a little bit of net code, like the cars didn't quite come together. But there was not a lot of space there to be too wide, so I guess I'm not surprised by the outcome, but really, really heads-up driving by Sean. Quick on the wheel to grab it and save it before he the blues and spinning out, losing a ton of time in that tricky S's snake part of the track there. Crazy, crazy stuff, man. I don't even know where to look. I've got 30-plus drivers to watch. I see. Oh, no, we've got Corey. Corey Abbott's still in the pits. That's right. It's like I just noticed that. Now, he's been broken, unfortunately, for quite some time.
Yep.
Which is not good. What else do we have out here in the field?
Oh, Leighton's sitting there, too. Looks like they both got some requireds going on, or what's going on there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll take a peek here to Leighton to see if I can get a camera angle maybe towards the front of his car. Nope, not. Oh, okay. So I guess I'll just chase, I guess. So yeah, he have some damage there, but at least. Not sure what that's all about. I think he disconnected though at some point too, so that definitely didn't help his chances. And then Corey Abbott, well, sitting in a not so advantageous position on the pits. Also, check this out. Joe Lee apparently ends up going for a ride up here. See what happens as he goes into this corner. He's gonna spin. Oh, a little bit of grass. I don't know if I call that a crash, SDK. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't. I think that was a very, very close to spin. He ended up saving. Sorry, let me jump back to. We got TV mixed here. Let's watch some TV mixed. That's always fun. Thiago is working over. I believe Thiago is attempting to pass Chris Dowden now, who is down 2 spots where he was. Thiago up 4, and you see the white flag there. Flagman is waving the white flag. We've got 1 lap to go. This event sponsored by Will's determination to get this overlay looking really good, so hats off to him for that. So, absolutely. Thiago gets the pass done. Chris Dowden trying not to let him go, as Chris did this last week. He had a really good starting position because of the top 10 invert, and he just kind of rode that to victory. Ended up getting passed in the feature by one and only Sean Ryan. Chris now currently finds himself in P4. Currently in the heat, and he's got old Richard Hibbs behind him there. He's currently just trying not to get passed by Morgan T, it looks like. So I think Chris might be safe for the moment. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if I would call anybody safe on this track right now, but especially like I said, you've got your your usual suspects in the race, so there's no telling. And Kenny Caution.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Dalton Alexander as well, up 7 spots. That's a great call out there, King, from chat.
My
The
bad there,
Texas,
Sean.
oh, uh-oh. Had a little incident there with Sean Ryan crashing. That's not good. Let's see what happens here. Got an apology from Storzum. I'm not sure what's up with. Oh, that's not good at all. Oh
yeah.
no, Sean Ryan is
Mm,
into the
that
tire
hurts.
barriers. Yeah, that's a big uh-oh. Sean Ryan has now fallen to 9th place, 19 seconds. Currently now off of Jimmy Hayden, as Jimmy will be crossing the start-finish line right now, actually, to take the checkered flag. That is it for our sprint race, if I could find the right words there. Jimmy Hayden is going to grab first. Brandon Dooley is going to grab second. Thiago Fernandez is going to grab third. Chris Dowden fourth, and Richard Hibbs will round out the top 5. Morgan T, P6. Daniel McConnell, P7. Andrew Storzum, P8. Sean Ryan falling all the way back to 9th, and you can see the rear end is really jacked up on that car. He wants out of that thing. He got out quick. Thornton Thomas,
Yeah.
And locked up the brakes a little bit into that.
P10. Well, so that's that's a tough one to swallow, I think, for Sean Ryan there. The contact with Andrew Storzum. Not sure what the front of his car looks
Yeah,
like.
no sweat, Brian. I got sandwiched there in between the two of you guys. You put me around, but
Chase.
no big deal, bud.
Huh. Just a little bit of grass. Got into it, and
Chris, that was a cheeky crossover attempt.
Hayes in the
I
way
had
as
to try.
well. Chris Dowden and Thiago chatting about it, man. I cannot tell you how
got
happy.
such a great exit, though.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see both of
I
these
parked on
drivers.
the apex and
When I
tried to make it so you couldn't.
when I approached both Thiago and Chris individually about joining up, even last season, it was, I'm not sure if I have time. If I do, it'll be a limited schedule. And now seeing them both basically run it full time here in their second season, it's amazing because, I mean, look at them. It is so fun to watch these guys race. Put on a heck of a show, and I don't know if you know this or not, Will, but we've still got a 45-minute feature to watch.
Oh no, that's not acceptable. I'm waiting on dinner.
Don't
Hold on.
everyone up. It's because
I
of
thought that was
Texas
it. That was the
driving.
end of the race. Come on now. Jimmy said he was buying the beer after.
I thought
Come
you
on
turned your
now.
car off
Let's
again.
get this over with. No. Let's hope Jimmy has a better start on the actual feature, huh?
Yeah, he was just talking about that there. He's saying sorry for holding
Yeah.
everybody
I'm
up.
so glad I did that before, and I remembered what the button was to turn the car back on.
Yeah. Isn't it just the go pedal? The go pedal turns the car on, doesn't it? No. He's got keybinds like I do. I've only got a Logitech wheel, and I still combined ignition and starter because it's a sim and I want it to feel real.
You know how I turn the car on?
Oh no.
Hey Jimmy, go turn on my car.
Oh
That's how I
boy.
turn the car on.
Hey, Corey, I'd like to see a replay on that. Yeah, but if I screwed that corner up for you, man, and ruined your, I apologize.
Let's see what the grid looks like here.
And you could say if I did.
It's not going to show. Right.
Sorry about that. Old man is.
Renee, I'm sorry for the
Couldn't have
start
been.
there. Everything got accordioned, and I didn't know how to react very quickly.
Oh, we're into the warm up. That's right. Okay.
Yep, that's it. Your W
Yep.
show. So we'll got here. That's our dashboard. So that's not what I'm
Chris, to be honest with you, I haven't even looked at it.
Take a look.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll check it out just to look for kicks. But yeah, man, I know I like pinched that corner really really tight, and then that kind of I don't know what happened, but anyway, that was a corner that ruined your race, and I was involved. So sorry for that.
Yeah, I
Chris.
definitely didn't expect to see you in front of me the way you were, but I don't think you're what ruined it. There's a car to my right, and I in the moment didn't see him or notice him, and I kind of just got myself closing. So I don't really think you've done anything wrong besides just overshooting the corner. So don't beat yourself up too hard.
Aw.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
no worries.
job,
I was
Corey.
trying to
Racing's
like come to the
racing.
inside to make it hard for you to pass, and I just kind of ran out of track. I couldn't brake. I didn't have enough track to brake, and I think you were trying to then turn, and you took the hit, if you know what I mean. You were on the outside.
So, Bull, I got a question for you.
Okay.
I need you to tell me how many of these Texas Speed Sim folks we got in this race tonight.
My,
Obviously, Goldie's not here, but
well, I've been informed to shout out the 73, the 60, and the 37. So that would be, I think,
okay.
Daniel McConnell, Dalton. Trying to find the name. Sorry, Dalton Alexander, Daniel McConnell, 73. Yeah, that's 37. Yeah, who's 60? Oh yeah, Gavin Dowmett. Dowmett?
hmm
I'm gonna say there's 3. So
okay.
yeah, stuff, man. Missed my results there. Sorry, I had my window for results too, and I totally goofed. But yeah, it'll be the same as the grid here. So we'll catch the grid, and you'll be able to see. We kind of walk through the top 10. Gets a little crazy. I do have links too, so if anybody wants to see the point standings, they get updated almost instantly after the race on ledge.gg. Neat little site that Leighton itself has put together to kind of help out with points. Pretty slick. Pulls it right out of iRacing so that I don't have to do anything because God knows the more I touch things, the worse it gets. So, yeah, pretty impressive software. So as we're kind of watching Tom Stevens, there's only a few people on the track. Kyle Moore, that's a name that I haven't said yet tonight. I know that for sure. Rocking his 68 Cornetto Ferrari. It looks like an ice cream cone. Is that what that is? Looks like a Nutty
I
Buddy.
mean, I do like ice cream, so
Look at that.
yeah, let's go with that.
I love it.
Slick
Absolutely.
color scheme too.
Yeah, that's very
Really
clean.
digging that.
Very, very clean. So Kyle has. What has Kyle done tonight? Can I? Not in this settings.
Yeah, I don't think it's not really giving any data at all during the warm up. So
Understood. Well, we're just chilling. It's all good.
yeah,
No
yeah.
issues by any means. And of course, your timing tower is not really going to show anybody here because nobody's really completing any laps. So we're just relaxing for the moment, hanging out with a few guys that are out there on track. Kyle Moore's out there. Brian Beeman's out there. Logan Key's out there too. Look at Logan. In his
Actually, I
start.
just watched that, Corey. You actually bumped me, but you got through the corner, and it was another driver. I don't know who it was, but they bumped you right off the track.
He hit me, and he hit me from behind. I was already on the inside of the corner. I could tell he's driving with a single display, too, because I wasn't in his view until it was in the middle of my displays. There's no way he had triples with the line he took there because I was ahead of him going into the corner.
Ew.
Oh yeah, no worries. No blame anywhere. I was just checking it out, man. It's all good. It's all fun.
Love it, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm
right
an
on.
amateur here, so I'm always apologizing to everyone.
Oh man, good stuff.
3760.
So as our ticker times down, the only really accurate information that you're going to get in this session is the time. Our warm-up has just under 5 minutes or so left, so we are perusing right on through. Let's check out chat here. Let's get some chat questions out. So nice job keeping the BMW up with the Barbie cars. Okay. So nice to watch drivers at this skill level also polite and take ownership of mistakes. Nice job, team. Yep, absolutely. No, it's
Yeah, right on.
it's a great time, and you know, you really only can learn by going to case by case basis too. Even if you're not at fault too, maybe you can turn it into like a learning experience or something with the other driver. So definitely not the point about blaming. It's if it's in this situation again, you should do blank. Or this is the more optimal way to look at it. So yeah, definitely can't complain whatsoever with these guys all doing a great job. You know, there's definitely some folks out there tonight that maybe aren't in the position that they want to be in going into the feature, but we do have a 45-minute feature. So
Right, and I would say when all else fails, just default to blaming Jimmy because,
yeah,
yeah,
you could. Jimmy currently in the catbird seat, as he has undoubtedly the best starting position again. So is
yeah.
that a theme? So you think so? Last week, Chris Dowden
hmm
is qualifies 10th, so he starts on the pole, and then wins
Stays there.
wins the sprint.
Yep.
Yeah. So then Jimmy Hayden, same thing. That track position, man, that's really something. Morgan only getting up to, gosh, I don't even. Did he break the top five? Not sure if he
I
did or
don't.
not.
I don't think he did. No, and I won't know for sure here. I mean, I guess we could look at iRacing. iRacing might tell me, but
iRacing will definitely tell you.
um,
I know exactly where to go. But
yeah. Uh,
Corey Abbott back out there checking his 21 machine over, making sure that they worked out all the bugs from the earlier contact there. So hopefully he can shake and bake. He's got a big hill to climb here. 45-minute feature, but hey, it's 45 minutes, so it is plenty of time. Tyler Thomas, let's go Texas Speed. All right. Waiting for it. None of your boys are out there. Tell somebody to go out now. Point the camera on them, but everybody's showing in the pits. It's just a
we
warm-up,
talk
though.
about these Texas speed guys, right? And I, loving the love and chat there, but there's another team out there that's having some issues tonight.
Oh,
Leighton and Corey, and isn't Jimmy on that team technically?
he could be, but he wouldn't be a problem if he was.
Yeah, no, honestly I forgot Jimmy was part of that team, but
Yeah, Hardcastle would be too, but I
uh,
don't think he's out there tonight.
I
I
don't
think
see.
he's,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
I think
see
he's
him.
saving his road racing this week for tomorrow night. No
Yeah,
sound.
in the oval course. Yeah,
Check your end, Sean. I think we've got sound. You'd be the first one to say that. So can everybody
yeah.
else hear okay?
I've got. I've got it muted, but I unmuted it to hear, and I've got it. So
Well, I'm talking to him like he could hear me if I said that.
I know, right? And it's Noodle King, so it's
Yeah.
fine. He doesn't need sound. He's fine.
Lovely. Well, as we transition here, we got the last minute of the warm-up session before we roll into the feature race. Well, predictions.
Yeah. So, the usual suspects are in their spots. Fewer are further down than we thought, but I'm really excited to see Hibbs, Chris Dowden, some of these people that have just been consistently pushing the boundaries, right? And I want to see who can keep Jimmy honest, right? Because that's really what it's about. And of course, the battle with Sean
Morgan, yeah.
and Morgan,
Yeah.
yeah, to get up there. I mean, I really, no, knock on wood, if we have any, make sure that we don't have any more disconnects or anything like that. We haven't so far for, at least some of them. I think Corey disconnected or Leighton, one of
Leighton
them
did,
did
I
earlier.
think, yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard to tell, but
So, yeah, yeah, but it's going to be exciting, and I think that top 10 fight is just going to it's like we saw in the sprint or the heat or whatever you call it. We had, Jimmy and a couple of other people there. I think we're gridding. Can we grid?
yeah, we're totally gridding. Let's grid.
There we go. Yeah.
Here's your grid. So Jimmy Hayden is going to bring us to the race start one more time because that's what he does. Brandon Dooley's going to be on his outside there in the front row. Second row, Tiago, Chris Dowden, the 1-2 combo that love racing each other, so this is going to be so good. Yep, thank you, Sean. Row 3, Richard Hibbs, not Richard Hobbs, and Morgan T. I'm going to maybe tee off and try it at some point, but not right now. Row 4, Daniel McConnell and Andrew Storzum. Row 5 with Sean Ryan and Thornton Thomas rounding out the top 10. You see Dalton Alexander and Brian Beeman 11th and 12th there to get up to speed on the rest of the grid. But Silk, it is about to go down again. We've got a whole another lap, though, of just riding around on pace speed.
Yeah, I think we need to let Get Some J know.
Yeah.
Along with the bigger cup holders that Jimmy's got, we also added a lot of weight to Sean Ryan's car as per request from last week.
Oh,
So
goodness. I thought you were going to talk
you
about them
just
caution beers. I thought that's where we were going with that conversation. But
no, he told me not to talk about that.
Well,
he
we
said
don't-
I'd get extra if I didn't say anything
Yeah,
about
he
it. So
he
you
didn't-
don't get extra.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't want any caution beers in a road race. That's fair enough too. He's in the lead. He doesn't want no stinking cautions. He wants to go green and drive away. That's what he wants. I do love though. Get Some's got stereo audio there. Race in one ear, wife in the other. That's yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. Good stuff. And everybody's got sound. It's just Sean's end, so it is Sean's fault. In case anybody was wondering.
I still blame Jimmy. It's
I mean-
Jimmy's fault.
I mean,
so.
you can. He can't hear you though. He's too
It's
far up
fine.
the scoreboard, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get
Well,
going
maybe
here.
Sean can tell him when he gets up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at the track map
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna pull that up because I think that would be a really cool time to pull up the
Yeah,
track
let's see
map
what
here
we
so you
got.
can kind of see. Let's do our number. That'd be a little bit better. So that's where we're at right now on the track on indistinct corner X. Because we're true professional broadcasters who know everything about everything. As they head towards the next squiggle, up towards the northern side of the track there. But yeah, so now you've got your actual positions in play, right?
Right.
Now
right.
let's talk predictions.
Okay. So, yeah, Jimmy and Brandon Dooley, those two, they're going to be pushing it. Tiago, Chris Dowden, like you said, Hibbs and Morgan and Daniel and Storzum, Sean. I mean, it's that predictions. I think Jimmy is going to hold his own up there, but it's going to be a struggle. There's no way he just drives off. It's just not going to happen. There's too many people up there to fight him for it. So that, I just don't see it just being a drive off. He's not going to be on an island today. That's how I'm saying it's going to go down. We've got, oh, that's new. Okay. One second.
Yep, sorry, I'm back now.
Now I've got technical issues on my end. I'm
Uh-oh.
having, there we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the overlay just wasn't updating.
Silly overlay. Tricks are for kids.
Yeah.
Corey Goldie from chat, wife as race manager then. Get some, I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, as the field heads, the calm before the storm, currently heading towards sunset. Under pace laps for the final time tonight. Jimmy Hayden, name that we've talked about probably too much already tonight, leads the field. Brandon Dooley just to his right side. First corner is a left turn, just like good old NASCAR. We're going to see the lights. We're going to see the sounds. We're going to see a lot of cool things. I'm going to take this restart on board with Tiago. We are green, chasing Jimmy up and away. These guys all scatter into P1. Jimmy gets to use all of that track. Go ahead and pop out my battle box, hide my track map here, and let's get into serious mode. Tiago going for the power move on Brandon Dooley, and he will take the lead away. Oh! He had a little bit of a spin there. I'm not sure. Chris Dowden went off track. Events. I think that is Chris Dowden that ended up spinning big
Sorry
time.
about
My goodness. Who's Chris now? Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah,
where
Chris
is Chris?
is all the way back in 30th now. That was a huge spin for the 808 machine. That is not how he wanted to start this race.
Yeah.
Joe Lee and Stephen Kelly getting into it here as well.
I guess some starts are like that.
Contact. Oh, yeah. Big spin. That's off of Kerry Brooks' nose, it looks like. Oh, my goodness. Absolute carnage out there right now. Kerry Brooks recovering now. 19th position. Actually, where he ended up starting. Not sure what happened with that. That's a little bit weird. Yes, I would say. I'm just sorry. Just so much information is all over the place on my screen here. I'm trying to cope, but it looks like Brandon Dooley did manage to get back
Sorry
around
about
Tiago
that.
for
You bumped
second.
me and it totally threw me offline.
Goodness. Gavin and Logan 2x2. More Texas speed action here as the battle for 13th rages on. And he's got that one pretty wound up though. Oh man, big power move to the inside. Renee, serious speed, trying to cross up, cross over, cross something. I'm stealing the position away from Gavin for the moment, but oh my, it is, wow, there's so much good racing going on right now.
Yeah,
I can't even tell you.
it's a lot.
There's so much. Leighton currently up 12 positions from where he started. He's got that 12 machine wound right up. Oh, right into the grass. That is not the line he wanted there. So it's back to 10 positions, but that's fine. Or 9. Corey Abbott as well, a couple positions in front of him, getting his 21 machine back through the field as fast as he can. Guys on some sort of crusade, if you will. Try to come from the back of the field, make something happen. Oh no, Silk, I don't even know where to start.
Well, Logan Key was up, what, 7 positions? I think he's up to 6 now from his start, so he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, Renee's up 15 right in front of him.
Yeah.
That's some good moves. Love to see that. Lots of green there in the top, so our biggest losers are definitely further back in the field now. See, Sean Ryan has managed to get himself attached to the back of Morgan T's machine here, the BMW number 88 that he's chasing down and will be probably for quite some time. He sets his sights on pole sitter. Definitely going to want to chase him down, as he's got a 2-wide situation in front of here. Chasing that draft. Yeah, look at these guys. They're animals on the straightaway.
They are.
Sunset's going to be fun. Sean's got a little bit of momentum gain here. Does he try something on Storesum out of Sunset? Heavy on the brakes and 2 wide for these guys.
Man.
Sean Ryan's got the whole
real
track.
Clean.
Oh, yeah. Closing speed, military settings on the number 9 machine. He is going to go for broke on Storesum here if he gets close enough. Not quite into T1, but man, he is there. Oh, Storesum slips up, and Sean Ryan is there.
I told you, don't sleep on this guy, man. Noodle King.
Absolutely cannot, will not, shall not. Sean is not going to let Morgan get away this time. This would be so crazy. I can't wait to see how
Morgan had a gap. He had a car between them. He had his chance, man, but it's not over.
Oh, yeah, Sean's actually pulled right up on him. I was scrolling through. I was like, where's the closest gap on the track right now? Oh, it's these two. Okay.
Yep.
Love to see that as we see calling it the battle for third up to Tiago's position. But Tiago has a couple seconds on these guys at the moment. You see him in the white there on the left side of your screen. Sean filing into a sea of BMWs as he tries to catch the likes of Morgan T, Daniel McConnell. Yeah, the 60 car is up 6 positions as well. Who's the 60 car? Yep, Gavin. Absolutely. Gotta check on my Texas speed boys.
Right.
Yeah, Gavin only up 4 positions now. I slept on you, chat. Sorry about that. But hey, his car still looks amazing, so no worries there.
Corey back up to 12.
Oh no!
Renee still at 15.
Gonna take a look at something that happened to Kerry Brooks here as he catches the grass. Oh, huge impact there, and he's into the tires. Oh
Hmm.
man. Oh, and his wheels broke there too, so he has jumped. Unfortunately, Kerry Brooks has jumped to the pits. That machine is toast. Gonna need to tow and a quick repair to get him back out on there and racetrack. That's rough. That's really rough. Taking a look
Yeah, you hate to see that happen, but it happened in about as clean a way as possible.
Yeah, well, he's under heavy brakes, and it's just you dip those right side tires into the grass, even just for a second, and it's gone, man.
Yep.
Cars are
Oh my
maximized.
goodness! Sean is side by side. Oh, he took it wide. I thought he was going to take it.
The battle here for presumably P5 rages on.
Yeah,
Ryan,
Sean, Morgan, and Daniel all in a three-way battle in that turn. That was, whew.
Yeah, I think
That was exciting.
Can you guys tell if Sean's fired up or not? I think a late or Storsum there awakened something in him. Already not having the race he wanted to, and then getting inopportunely spun there is Daniel McConnell shoved
Daniel.
by Morgan. I say shoved. I mean Morgan suggested that he move that way, and Daniel agreed. Now under attack by Sean Ryan, who will not want to sit idly behind Daniel for long, going after Morgan. Does he send it here? He absolutely does, to the inside.
Oh yeah, he
They
does.
touch.
Oh, little bump.
Daniel gets shoved by. Sean Ryan out through. Absolutely amazing.
Sean wasn't going to let that gap stay.
No.
Morgan keeps trying to put a car between them, and Sean's just like, nope, I'm not having that.
Yeah, they got a long ways to go now. I don't think Morgan has any front draft. Now the question is, 9/10 off, does Sean have Morgan's draft? He's going to set up here in this corner as we'll hop on the nose cam here. And you'll see Sean try to line up. We've got a couple S's here, and then this right-hander will hook into the big straightaway, letting in a sunset. If Sean can get a good exit, which it looked like he has, he might be able to pull some draft. Morgan trying to break that draft.
Yeah, he is. He's playing it. Good play, Morgan.
Super intense racing. Daniel McConnell sitting behind these two going, you boys have at it. I'll clean up when the sparks clear. Daniel
That's not a bad play.
2 times on the same lap, it was suggested that he move to the side of the racing line. I feel bad, but those boys are going for it. Frantic, intense racing. There's Kerry Brooks now exiting the pits. I feel so bad for him. That is not how he wanted to have his race go at Sebring tonight. Understanding that he will be out of town to actually perform the real endurance event, so that's a bummer. It looks like Gavin, one of our Texas drivers here tonight, crashed, entered pit lane according to my. Oh, it's a spin. Oh. He gets clipped by a Leighton on the way by, and I'm going to only assume that is terminal damage. Yeah, he could quite possibly have been affected by some sort of meatball there or something. Not sure exactly how. Leighton's car, there we go. How Leighton fared in that. It looked like he did okay. I don't see too much damage on team. It's okay to be Silk. You see any damage on that?
I don't really see much going on. I think at this point, Leighton's like, I don't care. I'm driving.
Well, if he gets a
he
black
spent
flag,
a lot of time.
Yeah,
but he did spend a lot of time in the pits on the last one. So.
Yeah. Back up front here to the fight that just won't quit. Morgan has now run down Thiago Fernandez for third. Thiago still has a bit of a gap. Sean Ryan keeping that distance. A little bit of draft here. Going to try to help these guys along as we see them jumping in the sunset as well. Sean trying ever so slightly to close that gap. Morgan is going to have some drivers to pass in front of him, though, and he does have a good little click to get up to Jimmy as we're now just over 10 minutes into our 45-minute race. Jimmy Hayden maintains a 2.3-second gap.
Check your relatives before you start moving again.
For Dooley. Gavin.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. are all right there in a line, and Jimmy's just a little bit up, you know, about 2 seconds up in front of 2. So
Tell me Gavin crashed again. That is not what a crash looks like to me.
oh
Again,
no, no, that was yeah.
just took his exit road there. I was trying to see what Leighton was talking about. He mentioned somebody watching their relative box
To come back out,
come back
yeah.
onto the track, but I didn't see. Thought it was Gavin, but I didn't see anything wrong there. I'm not sure. I am not sure, but we do have a couple different battles. Let's take a look at Dalton Alexander now, running down Kenny McGrath, who's found himself all the way up in 10th. Well, he started 30th in the sprint race. Look at Kenny go. That's unbelievable. Top 10, sitting in a great position. Gosh, you gotta love that. What else we got going on out there in the field tonight? Renee's running down Steve Kelly as well. Very, very close racing in the back here. I'm gonna have to pop back up to the front here because these guys are really starting to get close again. Really want to keep an eye on it. I don't want to miss anything because it's going to be very, very intense no matter what happens. Jimmy Hayden is still trying to pull away. Still about a 2.3 second gap. He can't seem to break any distance on Brandon, but Brandon can't seem to catch him either. It'd be really interesting to see what happens if and when Sean and Morgan end up getting around here.
Oh,
a little bit of contact there.
We got a little bit of a change up going on. Okay. Yeah, Morgan putting yet another car between him and Sean.
Yeah, Sean really tried to do something about it on that turn
Yeah.
too, but it just didn't work out there as Thiago ended up filtering in. Oh man, Sean Ryan is all over the back of Thiago now though. He is going to be pressuring him as much as he can.
He's sending it.
Yeah, Thiago all but gives it to him there. No, back to the
Yep.
inside, tried to cross over, but the door was shut. Sean Ryan is through. Morgan now sits on the lowest branch of the podium. P3 for Morgan T and Sean Ryan close behind. To the front,
And
maybe.
yeah. I mean, and there's Brandon right there in front of him, so.
Yep, and it's going to be good. We'll take a look here at action we have further back in the pack. Todd Schwartz making a move on Dare Chan, trying to, fakes the outside to the inside now. And I don't think he's going to have the speed there. Backs out, thinks better of it. Yeah, that would have been a tricky part of the track to be too wide in for sure. Fortunately, he has lost some time there to Dare Chan now, so he's going to have to work his way back forward. Stephen Kelly, again, still under fire from Renee. See, that's Membreno. Yeah, Renee to the inside. Stephen Kelly, oh man, pitched to the rumble strip. No room for Renee, but that car is still there. Oh, it's Steve Kelly on the exit there. Yeah, he's going to have to give that position away. There's no way they're going to be cool with that. That's going to be a little bit of a slowdown penalty. And on the straightaway nonetheless. So that will hurt Steve Kelly for sure. Renee is through up another position. Very good driving. That racer for sure. What else we got going on? Dalton Alexander is up here. Kenny McGrath. Thornton Thomas, your two have got a little three-car scuffle right in front of these guys. Ken Christman. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong person. Grab Kenny here. Oh, man. Yeah, almost four wide there for a second, it looked like, until you see the right angle. Kenny McGrath in front of, that is Dalton Alexander, Andrew Storzum, Dominic Wright. All right there. And all right behind Thornton as well, who has just made a little bit of a snake there in the grass. Holy. It's just nonstop, Will.
There's a lot of action going on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it normally happens. Now I can see all of it at once, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to talk about. So I'm just picking something and going for it. But, man, it is frantic, intense racing for sure. Really good stuff here. They've out to single file. You see Kerry Brooks is in this line, too. That line of cars, actually, if you went to rear chase, look at that line of cars. As it goes straight back, they are single file for, gosh, darn near 10 spots back that way. Looks like a train if I've ever seen one. Very cool. Love to see that. Good stuff.
I'll tell you what, I don't know how Brandon's doing it, but he's staying just far enough in front of Morgan that he can't just catch him.
Yeah. The thing. It looks like as soon as we switched cameras there, it looked like Morgan kind of remembered that Sean was behind him for a second and was like, "Oh crap, I need to break draft." Sean will
Yeah.
be persistent though. I think it Dooley really wants to see Morgan and Sean start fighting in his mirror. He needs all the help he can get right now
Yeah.
with those two coming. So he's hoping that Sean gets to Morgan first. But guys, we're only just over 16 minutes in this. We've still got just about a half an hour to go. There is so much race left still. Uh-oh. We got a
Oh, what?
update. Brett Wolf has crashed and jumped to the pits. Oh, this is Renee Rano here. Not sure. Oh my. Not sure why that happened. Let's jump over to see what happened to Brett
Oh,
as well. This
no.
was slightly sooner.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's sunset. Oh yeah, the bumps.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just to roll it, it looks like out of the path. I can't tell you how much of a good job that is though of that driver getting to the side of the road, allowing cars to pass safely as they come through, because his car was very busted up. So,
Yeah.
and you thought, well, you really did, with all of the speed and all of the gumption that Sean and Morgan had passed Tiago with, that they would just drive away. But look at that white Lambo sitting right there off of Sean's rear
Mm-hmm.
bumper
I
going,
did.
"You guys make a mistake. Let me
Yeah,
see
you
what
know,
happens."
when Tiago first, it looked like he let Sean pass him, and he was right back on him. It almost looked like they were working together. Like Tiago's like, "Go ahead, you take the lead, and I'm just gonna follow you,"
Yeah, no
because
use
that's
in,
what it looks like he's doing right now. I mean, he's
yeah,
just right there.
yeah, letting Sean give him some good fuel mileage and let him pull him around the track there for sure.
Right?
To work into his strategy, because hey, the less fuel you use, the less fuel that you ultimately have to take. The pits here.
So,
I got a crash here,
oh
Will, as well. Kenny McGrath
no,
has
Brown
crashed.
pants.
Kenny Caution. What happened here with Kenny Caution?
Oh, looks like he got a little bit loose. I'm not sure if he had help there or not. They have a great angle of it.
Yeah,
Logan
he
Key,
he got bumped.
Logan Key as well.
Thanks, Siri.
That stores him. Also
It looked
Kendall.
like it.
Oh, and Logan gets loose on the Exodus. Oh man. That's a
Oh,
big hit for Logan as
oh,
well.
I hate to see that for Logan, man.
Oh, that's not what we wanted to see at all.
Oh,
That is unfortunate.
yeah.
So Logan's race is definitely going to be put on hold. I don't think they're quite far enough long to count this as a good pit window, so I'm really concerned for
Yeah.
sure.
That was going to be my next question. Jimmy's out there on his island, like I said, he wouldn't be able to do. And,
Thornton
what do
here.
you think these guys are talking about for
Oh,
pits?
we got Thornton here with a broken tire as well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he was just trying to wing it the best he could. It looked to be pretty broken. Oh, for pits, it's going to come down to, and it looked like a little bit of damage to the front end of Tiago's car. It is. Get over the light on the left side. Got a little bit of a parachute there. That's not helping his straight line speed for any means. But anyway, sorry. Pit strategies for Jimmy and these front guys. Well, it's like we talked about previous couple weeks. Jimmy's pit strategy is going to be stay out as long as I can so that I don't get stuck behind anybody that I am not actually racing. Because the worst thing that can happen is he gets stuck behind somebody that is also going to pit and you're going to lose time to them. Now, the undercut, though, at the same time, and drivers pitting sooner than him behind him, getting back out there again sooner, can be found to be effective. It's really, situational as all heck. It's the cars you see around you, and all of that stuff is that. It looks like Sean Ryan possibly going for Outside pass here on Morgan. Yeah, they're going to stay too wide. Sean is still there. Too wide. The outside pass.
Too wide.
I don't
Oh,
know if
does he
Sean's going to
keep it?
clear him. No. Morgan's staying
Oh,
very defensive, but Sean is still there. The S is 2 by
it is
2.
still too wide. Yeah.
Sean's still on the
Tiago
quarter panel.
waiting.
If he can stay here on the straightaway, which he has not, they straighten back out again. Morgan just clears him. I was going to
Oh.
say the advantage was just about to go to Sean's side when Morgan got it done, but Sean is all over the back of this 88 machine. Morgan has no time to break. Oh, there's contact. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looked like Morgan had tried to brake a little bit early to get a cut on the turn, and it just surprised Sean, and Sean bumped him. That's what it looked like. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not 100% either. Oh, my goodness.
Tiago bumping Sean a little bit, getting him to go faster.
That's definitely not what we wanted to see. Oh, man.
No.
That's super unfortunate. I know that's not how Sean wanted to do that either.
No, not at all. Like I said, it looked like Morgan was just trying to get a jump on that turn, and Sean was just so close to him, he didn't have time to react.
Yeah, it's tough. Changing lanes thing there, and like I said, I think Morgan thought he had to brake a little bit sooner than maybe Sean did, and who knows, maybe Sean was going to overshoot. I don't know for sure exactly which way that goes. I have a feeling that we will be having a few post-race discussions after this one. Seems like a few folks helping each other out in ways that they did not want to be helped, but you know, such is life. But now Sean Ryan finds himself 5 seconds now off of Jimmy, another 2 or so off of Brandon Dooley, and Tiago still finds himself
Right
stuck
there with him.
Yeah, to Sean Ryan's hip, waiting for something to go wrong for sure. Morgan now in the pits. I
hate to see that.
Yeah, my only hope is that Morgan jumped to the pits. So it must have been broken. I don't know what this replay will show here. Oh, he's spun again. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it went from bad to worse.
I hate to see that.
That is super unfortunate.
I mean, we were just getting some really good driving between him and Sean.
Yeah, that's
that was what, 3 or 4 turns that they were side by side,
I
too
can't
wide.
believe they held it for as long as they did.
Yeah, right.
That was something. That was impressive. Only high caliber drivers can even do that to begin with, and I know Sean did not do that on purpose, but unfortunately, apologies or sorry or anything like that doesn't fix a race car.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and analyze probably in post there to really break down what happened and see if it was more of a Morgan braked early or Sean braked late incident and go from there. But for now, everything that's in front of us, Jimmy Hayden is still leading now 3.5 seconds over Brandon Dooley, so he got a second in there somewhere. Jimmy just a cruising away.
So, Sean and Tiago have raced together a long time. Do you think that it's possible that they might try some bump drafting here to catch up?
These cars don't favor that style a whole lot. I think the most respectful thing Tiago can do is to tell Sean, hey, buddy, don't worry about your mirror. Just drive, because I'm not going to try to pass you. So that means you don't have to take any defensive lines, and you can just go all out attack and try to get as far along as you can.
And I'll be right in your draft.
I will be saving fuel and possibly out strategizing you in the pits. So, like any good friend would, for sure.
Right.
Looks like
okay. Looks like they're both pit.
Tearing down.
Nope, that's not pit.
Yeah, no, it's pit. Okay. 100% is.
That is pit.
Yeah,
You're
Jimmy
right.
Hayden as well. You can see Jimmy, the top 5 actually all currently in the pits. As it stands, I got more updates here that I'm not liking.
Kerry Brooks.
Not having a good time here. And Kerry's races going from bad to worse. Is that upset Porsche? Yep, that's upset Porsche. Does he keep it? Oh, no, that's a pretty good wallop. Nice view of whatever staple that is. Well, good news is the car looks okay from that shot, so I think he could quite possibly be okay. Here's our race off of pit road.
Yep, Jimmy taking off.
Yeah, Sean Ryan will be taking out Tiago. Brandon Dooley just ahead of these guys, so I don't know. Brandon Dooley got a really good jump, but Sean Ryan's around!
Oh my.
Oh, him and Tiago get collected. Oh my goodness. It's like Sean's brakes stopped working there for a second or something. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Man, I'm trying to get a replay here of that. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was contact there or what exactly happened, but him and Tiago. Wow, that's not what you wanted to see at all. Now way off pace here, or way off where they were. Daniel McConnell now finds himself from that incident up in the 3rd position ahead of both Tiago and Sean.
Oh,
Texas Speed 73 machine rolling on through. What you got?
yeah. I was just looking at that contact with Sean and seeing what was going on there. It's just the confusion of coming out of the pits and
Yeah, I'm not
everything
sure.
happening all at once.
Was there contact between him and the 61
Uh,
there, or
It
did he
was
just
real
lose it?
hard to tell. The angle didn't really show a good view of it. I'll have to go back and look at it again, but
Okay.
let's see if I can.
Riding on board now with Corey Abbott, who's up to 9th.
Nope, he lost it.
Yeah,
He
okay.
just lost it. I think he was anticipating the people coming out and just didn't go the way he wanted.
I'm sure he'll be kicking himself on that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Frantic racing here.
So,
But it's
where is Morgan? Okay.
Great question. Where is Morgan? Morgan is back in 24th currently. But he has not benefited, I don't think, from the full extent of all of the drivers coming through the pits.
Right.
Unfortunately, he is 1 minute and 29 seconds off of Jimmy Hayden currently, so he is all but a lap down. I think he's actually the next car to be lapped by Jimmy. Not thinking that's probably going to happen, but
Yeah.
and Morgan will move around Kyle Moore there and take 23rd away. Gosh, down 17 positions. That is still such a gut punch for sure. I managed to salvage something here, and luck goes his way in the next about 18 minutes or so, 17 minutes.
Well, with that said, we do have one of those Texas guys.
Yeah, I was talking about
up there on the podium now.
Yeah. Daniel McConnell still trying to catch his buddy from Road Atlanta. Trying to get to Jimmy. 9.8 seconds off now. But, man, we've got a BMW podium right now. So, do you notice that? Jimmy Hayden,
Nope.
Brandon Dooley, and Daniel McConnell, all 1, 2, 3 in BMWs. So nobody on the podium knows how to use their signal lights. Understood.
They don't come standard.
They don't
It's
come
fine.
standard. You got to get that blinker juice.
Yeah. Brian Beeman in 6.
Yeah.
He's up 6 spots.
He sure
right
is.
behind Sean.
Yeah, Corey Abbott up 22 spots into 9th. Oh, man.
Yep.
I wonder if his mouth is foaming. That's what I want to know. Just, oh, my goodness.
Logan Key, who had a pretty rough time there, he's up 9 spots in 13th.
Yeah, he sure is. That early spin incident there that I managed to recover from pretty decently, putting some good laps together here. That be the 121 machine. Sorry, I'm looking for my numbers. So many numbers on my screen. Looking good, though. Field is starting to spread out, though. You can feel a little bit of the calm now.
Mm-hmm.
Here we do have a couple. Richard Hibbs and I believe that is Corey Abbott chasing him down. Would be one of your closest
Corey's chasing
laps.
Hibbs.
Yeah, Kerry's there too. But Kerry, unfortunately, is no longer even on the lead lap. Finds himself, I believe, multiple laps down due to his multiple incidents. Chris Dowden is now in the pits, falling from his 15th place position. Continues to drop further and further down the scoreboard. That crash, that spin in the beginning, that really put a damper on it for sure, as he's now falling all the way back to 19th plus. So not good. I think got Sean Ryan, though, has now broken back into a second grasp of Tiago.
Mm-hmm. Tiago got slowed down by one of the lap cars. He was trying to get around.
Gotcha.
There's a good gap between him and Daniel.
Yeah, that's something for sure. That's going to put Sean Ryan closer, and we know Sean definitely has the gumption to stick his nose in and get a pass done here. So Thiago better shine his mirrors here. He's got 15 minutes and not a lot of space anymore. Sean is within a second. He is there, so he is going to start applying some pressure to Thiago's number 23 Lamborghini for sure. What else do we have? Battle between Corey Abbott and Richard Hibbs rages on. Corey ever so slightly closer to the back of Richard Hibbs. 15 machine.
Well, right behind them, we've got Dominic Wright in his Cookie Mobile, Cookie Monster machine.
I gotta see this. Oh yeah, look at that. The Cookie Ferrari. Oh, that's so cool. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, but I think this is his first race of the season, if I'm not mistaken. With us here, I know he's been signed up for a couple, but I don't think he managed to make one yet. So, solid first showing, finds himself in this absolute mess of a race for sure. Sitting in 10th, and I believe he is already pitted. So, yeah, I'm getting confirmation he pit on lap 12. So he has most certainly pit.
Another one of the Texas guys, looks like Gavin, is in the pits now.
What did he have? Oh my goodness. I've got a Sean Ryan crashed. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
More drama for Sean. Oh, into the grass.
Oh yeah. He was trying to hold it. Does he keep it? He
Yeah, he does
No.
save it.
Yeah, he did. He saved it.
Oh my
He
goodness.
lost a lot of time, but he didn't wreck. So.
Yeah, my gosh. That first corner, he is trying to get everything he can and more out of turn one, and it has given him lots to think about tonight. Jeez, the poor guy.
Yeah.
So there are, I believe, 2 of the 3 Texas Sim boys in the top 10. Yeah, Gavin is back to 17th, but I'm being told. It's like
Yeah, he just came out of the pits, and he should be able to catch up pretty quickly.
Now what's he? About 18 seconds off of 17th now, though.
Yeah.
It looks like he's definitely got his work cut out for him. But the car looks clean, which is good. If he just came out of the pits, I'm sure that they've got enough fuel in that Texas starred machine to get him all the way to the finish from here. So at least he's got that to look forward to, which is good. I've got...
Well, Brandon Dooley is less than 2 seconds behind Jimmy.
Yeah, I've got... my timing must be going crazy there. It said Thiago was dropping like a rock for a second. I was biting my nails, but no, he's still there. My buddy Thiago is still in 4th, which is good. I was getting nervous. I saw that it said he was out for a second, so I think the game's just struggling to keep up with all these gosh darn cars. You guys are showing up, man. Great. My computer, I don't think so, but I do. Well, Jimmy Hayden still has the lead. It's been up, it's been down, and it's currently down right now. Brandon Dooley only 1.9 seconds off of him. Last time I paid attention, it was 3.5, Will. So, did Brandon turn the jets on?
Yeah, I think, he's not worried about, Daniel or Sean or Morgan or anybody else behind him. He's just kind of racing, trying to catch Jimmy.
Well, there's a cool
I don't know if
graphic.
he was too concerned, but...
Well, let's take a look at this graphic here. So if you look at the last 5 laps, laps 12 through 16, Dooley has caught Jimmy on 3 of them. Jimmy is a little bit faster on lap 12 and a little bit faster on lap 16, but Brandon taking marginal chunks up to almost a second on lap 13 out of Jimmy's lead, and he looks like he continues to eat away now down to 1.7 seconds. Well, that's interesting. Something to keep an eye on.
I think during those slow periods, that's when Jimmy was opening his next can.
Yeah, three laps to open up a can of beer, huh, Jimmy? Man, you was slipping.
No, it's just another can. It's a new can. Come on now, that's 3 cans.
I was trying to get out of the way.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
That, sure if that was Trey or what? I don't, that is not good. Is that smoke coming out of the back of that? Oh yeah, look at that. That's not good. Shauna's car puffing dark gray smoke. I actually don't hear an engine note from that car, Silk. I think that motor's toast. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Shauna already not having maybe the best race, but was up to 26th, only down one position from where they started. Now blowing gray puffs of smoke down the straightaway. Wipers are on as well. That's not good. That means fluid spraying up on the windshield probably, because it's definitely not raining.
Yeah. Air conditioner is fully functional.
Oh my gosh. Got a little bit of a battle here too. Something to talk about. Andrew Storzum running down Logan Key. Dominic right behind him. Nice tight little pack of 3 cars here. Something to talk about for sure. Dominic possibly going for a move here. Thinking about it. Does get to the quarter panel of Andrew Storzum. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. I say a little bit of contact. Oh man. Dominic will try to get his 43 machine back up to speed there, but it's so hard, Silk, when you have an incident, when you're trying to chase somebody down, you build up all that speed, you build up all that momentum, you get right to them, then something happens, you guys touch, as the back car, you kind of lift off the gas just to kind of create a little bit of space, and boom, they got 2 seconds on you because you hesitated for an instant, and it's very tough to get that back. So now all of that work to get back to that car, Dominic Wright gets to try that again. Jump on over to Mr. Brandon Dooley, who once again will
A second and a half. He's
5.
1.5 down. There's a couple of lap cars. Oh, one
Yeah.
lap car there. Jimmy just passed.
Got Chris Schuessler there. Right in the driving line there. That's Brandon caught him in a very inopportune spot. Yeah, Jimmy didn't catch him in a great spot either, but Brandon really had to put some evasive maneuvers on to try to get through that.
Yeah, not a lot Chris is going to be able to do in that turn either.
No, absolutely not. No fault to Chris whatsoever. You got to run your line in there. Just certain spots on this track at 2 wide just does not work out for you, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, that let Daniel catch Brandon a little bit.
Yeah, got himself that about 6.5 or so seconds back. Daniel is definitely what we would consider in the real estate business, though, as on an island. I can tell you that for certain because there isn't a soul around this guy that's for position. He has, looks like that was Kenny McGrath right in front of him there, who was having a good race, and now I see is no longer inside the top 20. That's unfortunate. But yeah, no, Daniel is up 4 spots from where he started. He's got an 8.4 second gap back to Jimmy. Next car behind him is Thiago. Was currently about 5.5 seconds, 6.5 seconds, sorry, behind him, and with just over 5 minutes to go, I think he's looking pretty good. Will, what do you think?
Yep, you can't count them Texas boys out.
No, you definitely can't. But as far as everything that he's gone through so far, I think he's definitely made a lot of the right decisions at the right time here. As he looks like Kenny McGrath is spinning in front of him. It does manage. Oh man, that was a moment there. Kenny McGrath. He says he crashed. I don't think that was a crash. I think he just spun. But watching that off of the front bumper of Daniel there, that must have been something I would really like to get. Let me see if I can get. Give me 1 second. I want to try something fancy.
Well, while you're looking at that, we've got another one of the Texas boys, old Dalton Alexander, battling out with Richard Hibbs and Corey Abbott.
Oh yeah.
For what, 7, 8, and 9? They're just they were having a good little go. They're in a little pack now, but
check this one out. Well, look at how scary this
Hibbs
is.
is taking Corey. Oh, okay, go for
big
it.
Spin. Yeah, that's close. That's scary stuff right there. Really cool though. But yeah, let's go take a look at.
Hibbs just took Corey, and now they're 3 real tight.
Very cool. Yeah, lots of action there. Kerry Brooks still lurking in the background of that one as well. Fortunately, not for position, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. He's still there, so all good. We addressed the gaps. So Jimmy Hayden, 2.2 seconds over Brandon Dooley. So it looks like Jimmy is having a bit more success in a in navigating traffic, as you will, getting
Mhm.
through some of those lap cars there. So good for him. As you see, we have approached now the final 5 minutes of the race as we hit the 40.5-minute mark. There's not a whole lot of racing left to go for these guys, but gosh, I can only take so much. My head's about to explode, so I think it's getting there. I think it's time to make some calls here. But yeah, Corey Abbott, Richard Hibbs, definitely some of the closest drivers on the track. Andrew Storzum and Dominic Wright as well. Definitely another close battle. To be some of the closer fights that we currently have on the track right now. Everybody else looks to be pretty spread out position-wise, so keep an eye on this group as well. We'll look back, but it looks like you said, Hibbs taking over the position from Corey Abbott, so he will probably be trying to drive away. Corey, not going to let him, but Hibbs does have a
No.
lot of speed. You found him way up in the front in the beginning, having a little bit of a tussle. I'm not sure if he was, no, I think that was somebody else. I don't remember how Hibbs dropped back where he was.
There's something that happened. I think a combination of maybe he got loose and somebody tapped him and really just pushed him out of it, I think. There was so much action going on in that front pack early on that it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah, we've got another incident here. Brett Wolf,
Oh no.
he had another crash here. Morgan T right behind him. Oh, just a bit of an overshot spin there. No big deal. That will be just fine, Brett.
Yep.
Just took
Yep.
the
Yep.
access road. It's all good, man. Good. It's gravy, baby. Even Kelly, his view of this madness in front of him here. You see two cars in front of them actually starting to go too wide. We'll
Thanks,
grab
buddy.
Dominic right here all over the back. Andrew Storzum and him trying to take a defensive line. Dominic trying again to make something happen. Last time he got to him, actually right in that corner, Will, you remember they made contact and Dominic had to back way off. So trying a different approach this time, maybe going to save him for a better portion of the lap. If I had speed, I would think I would want to wait to the straightaway before sunset and really try to make something happen then. I got all that straightaway. If I can get out of that corner, exit well, and beat him with draft down the straightaway and have him cleared before sunset happens. See.
Yep, there it went again. Almost exactly the same. He kept the speed up this time though.
Yeah, on board now. Dominic Wright trying to angle. Let's see how he gets the next couple corner exits here. These next couple S corners crucial. Logan on back. Let's see if he can really plant it. He's probably only going to have one or two more shots at this. Oh, Storzum very wide. Dominic takes to the right side in an evasive. Dominic is through, probably not exactly how he thought he was going to. Storzum now under attack and passed by Stephen Kelly as well. It's not the exit that Storzum was looking for, that's for sure.
No.
Oh, man.
Not at all.
Manages to recover, though. And I'm telling you, it is not easy. These cars, when they get off in the grass like that, it's not a guaranteed thing. You know, it's really close. So I'm very impressed by his ability not to spun there, or worse.
Well, we got less than a minute.
Oh, and
Where
Dominic
do we
does
think
the
Jimmy's
same
going to
thing.
hit that
Stephen
line?
Kelly to the side of him.
Oh.
He dives to the inside. There's Dominic. Oh, there's contact.
Oh,
Dominic
no.
rear-ends Stephen. Oh, no.
Oh. I think Storzum made it out of that alive.
Oh, that is not what you wanted to see at all. Steve Kelly comes for the clear here. Gets around Dominic. Gets on the brakes. And right out of the corner, Dominic runs right into the back of him.
Thanks, pal.
Clean hit. That's not what you wanted to see
No
at
problem.
all. Ugh. Steve looked like he just inherited the lottery. He had passed two cars that had both made mistakes. That is super unfortunate, man. And that looks to be the checkered flag, actually, I guess. And this is Jimmy coming to it now as you've hit the 45-minute mark. So Jimmy crosses the line. He will win. Brandon Dooley comes across in P2. Daniel McConnell makes the podium for Texas Speed Sim Racing in P3. Tiago Fernandez, P4. Sean Ryan coming out of Sunset here for the
Good
final
race,
time.
Ryan. You had me sweating, man.
Right
Yeah,
on.
good run. We were just trading attempts here and there. It's never going to catch you.
Brian Beeman to P6. Richard Hibbs to P7. Now
I saw
Corey,
you coming too, Daniel. You were
Corey
hauling
having
after at the end.
yeah, Daniel Dalton. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, Daniel Dalton. Dalton
I had to come
Alexander
say hi.
P9.
I was trying.
Ryan Phillips will round out your top 10.
Hey, Richard, that was fun there.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Logan Key
Yeah,
hit that 11,
awesome run.
up
Good
11
run.
spots.
Yeah, what a recovery for Logan, man. That is
Yeah.
impressive. Corey Abbott as well, up
Corey as
23
well. Yep.
spots.
Yeah.
I didn't think Corey
To
was
hit
too
8.
happy with how that race went, and then to have that race with Hibbs there at
Oh,
the
my
end.
stomach has been killing me
Yeah.
for an hour. This sucked.
Well, I don't think Thornton had as much fun as he
Hasn't
thought he was
bothered
going
us
to.
a bit.
Great
Oh,
race,
man.
everyone. That was a lot of fun.
Shell. Dominic Wright ends up bringing it back. It looks like in P13 behind Andrew Storrs in the back of his
That
car.
was fun, everyone. Thank you.
Caught up a little bit. Whew.
Good driving.
Pretty exciting race.
Yeah, man, I have to say, that was quite something. I did not expect that many incidents. I'll have to be honest. I was really a little surprised by the amount of contact that was happening in this race, as opposed to many other races. There was a lot of, I think, missed braking points that resulted in contact, either on the front car getting hit or maybe the back car hitting. For sure, lots of stuff we'll have to look into.
Sorry for being stuck in front of you for so long at the end there, Todd.
But, wow, yeah, craziness. Well,
Yep. Lots of craziness.
yeah. So let's take a look at our results here as we'll put our screen up. Oh, or maybe we will not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, results gods giveth and the results gods taketh away. Try one more time.
Chris, sorry about that at lap
Yeah,
one. That
I'm
was
getting nothing.
100% me. I got caught out by the lap one braking early, which is still my fault. So sorry for jacking up your race.
Well, no worries, dude. It happens.
Post-race chatter there. Waiting for the Discord to blow up. Did I get any messages yet? I did not. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'd say the most dangerous car out there on the track tonight was the pace car. So,
Really? The one that stayed in the pits the whole time?
yeah, the one that slowed the race down for an entire lap. Thanks, Kerry.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. I didn't think about it like that. Oh, man.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. I don't even know what to talk about. I think we need to get some other folks in here and let them do some talking.
Yeah.
Because,
Let's see who's wanting to talk.
yeah.
A lot of
Let's,
frustrations, a lot of really good racing too. So I mean,
yeah. No, 100%. I'm trying to find driver detail box here. Yeah, just kind of hide that for now. So
Put
we
it by
don't.
that bump you gave me at the end there, Dominic.
results. I don't know what's going on with that. So
No, it just doesn't want to. I mean, I have the race, so I
Good
can
race,
give you
everybody. Hope you had fun.
yeah,
20th, and then we can click into.
Yeah, man.
Fun as always.
yeah. The timing table will give it to you
Thank
as
you, guys.
is.
Yep, for sure, for sure. I can kind of click back here through a couple different people. So yeah, Leighton ends up finishing dead last there. I'm not sure. He must have
I
quit
think
out
he
of the session.
disconnected at some point. Yeah.
Very possible. Well, let's go ahead and grab some folks here. Sorry, you guys are going to be blinded by the iRacing stuff because if I click it, which I have to do, it's going to up the boxes and I have to talk. So I gotta do my thing. All right. Okay. Trays here, so SDK isn't burdened by this. Okay. Guys, Great race, everybody. If anybody wants to do a little post-race chatting, we're over here in the Discord. Go ahead and hop in. I'll send Silk over and see if he wants me to throw anybody this way. Thanks all. All right. Well, why don't you
Huh? What?
maybe
I didn't do
go?
it.
Trying to think, because there is a chat that was in there too. I don't want to pull guys that don't want to come in.
Yeah. You want me to go holler at people's?
Yeah, go ahead and holler at them and message me when you want me to pull you back.
Okay.
Whew. And oh man, busy racing tonight for sure, guys. Everybody doing over there in chat? Let's see here. Beautiful graphic interface. Oh, thanks, Rashana. We certainly tried. It was a lot of work on Will's end, helping me get set up and everything for sure. So hopefully it looks a little bit more, say, professional. Would be the word that I guess I'd be looking for there. But it's definitely something hard to balance. If I was just broadcasting, I think I would be doing a bit more better, do a little bit more relaxed, but trying to keep an eye on incidents for other purposes kind of makes it a little bit more difficult for sure. But we move on, and that's all that matters. So that's good. Yeah, nice win, Jimmy, as you said there. Get some Texas consistent. That's the key. Absolutely. Daniel McConnell P3, Dalton Alexander P9, and Gavin Dowmet P18. So Gavin's first race didn't go probably the way that he wanted to, but I think Dalton had a pretty great turnout, and Daniel McConnell as well. Darn near championship form at this point. I think that's his second podium. I can't remember if he podiumed at Hockenheim or not, but he sure did week one at Road Atlanta. So that's great for him. Go around. And I got a ton of people down there in. Oh, there's Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey. Is he firing people at me now, or what's he doing?
I think so.
Okay. Well, you were the first one. Like you were in the race. Isn't that cool?
Over.
Yeah,
Chris.
Hey. Hey,
What's
Ben.
up, buddy?
How are you, bud?
I'm good. I just talked a lot, so I'm kind of starting to get delusional a little bit here, I think. But it was a lot of fun. That was our first SDK stream, man, and it did not crash on me yet, so I am very happy.
Awesome. I'll have to go back and watch it.
I think Will's has crashed twice now, so he crashed once for me.
Okay. Yeah, it was. Well, I don't know how everyone else's race was. Mine wasn't the greatest, but it was certainly fun. Had a couple offs at the start. I got bounced around a little bit like a pinball. Not that that would have changed my result, but it was good times.
Heck yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. I'm drained. That was a tough race because kind of physically, bumpy track. I just, kind of high speed, and yeah, I'm ready for a break after that race.
I believe it, man. Holy cow. I believe it. So
Good
we've
times.
got, holy cow, look at all the people we got up here. We got Chris Schuessler, Jimmy Hayden, Chris Dowden, Thornton Thomas. Bunch of folks. Right. Is he throwing any more people at me, or what is he doing?
I think that's about it. He's probably going to join us here shortly. He's just double checking those peoples.
10-4. Okay, there he is. Carrie.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Heyo. What's up?
Heyo.
All right. So, and Chris Schuessler and I chatted a little bit as you guys were joining in here, but I will give everybody their chance to go through the format. So I'll try to steal a question, and then Will, you can steal a question. But let's chat with our drivers, and let's start just because I think he's used to getting pampered by it at this point. Let's do Jimmy first. Mr. Jimmy Hayden. P1, you kind of lucked out, I think, by qualifying 10th in that amazing, perfect position there. And then, I mean, I don't know. Did you check your mirror at all race, or like, what's good, my man?
Dude. Well, first off, I swear on my life, I did not purposely try to qualify 10th. Like, I was getting after it in qualifying.
I don't know how you could, man.
I was
There's
a mess.
no way, no.
Well, like, you can sandbag it, but like, I'm telling you, I was just a dog in qualifying.
That's
I
all
don't
good.
think you know
but
how to sandbag, Jimmy. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you would know
I
how to
do know
just
how,
not.
but I swear I wasn't. But no, man. I mean, like it may have looked like it was smooth sailing the whole way, but I had Brandon within 3 seconds of me the entire race, and there were times where he'd stuck up and like closed the gap to like about like 1.3 or so, and man,
Yeah,
I
man.
was
Brandon was
stressed.
Brandon was moving and shaking, man. At one point it was
And
3.6, then it was
yeah, I got lucky at the end. Like he was really like breathing down my neck, and then we caught a couple lap cars, and that I got through him I think a little bit quicker. That gave me a little bit of room to breathe, but
yeah, it was the
man,
luck of the draw. I think he caught some better than you did, but I think you caught some better than he did for sure. So, and it's just, there's certain parts on the track where it's tough to pass to, so that makes a lot of sense. I will
yeah.
say, before I hand it over to my counterpart here, Get Some J in chat said, and I quote, "I spilled my tea watching. I blame Jimmy for no reason." So that's a trend now. I just want you to know that.
Yep.
That's
Sorry,
fair.
Jimmy, I did that. That was me.
That's fine. I deserve it.
So at one point through the race, Ben found this really cool feature where you could compare like turns and stuff. And so, of course, he was comparing yours and Brandon's turns. It was like, oh yeah, these, for the last 3 laps, it looked like Brandon's really, caught up to him. I was like, well, here's what's happening. It's because Jimmy was busy opening another can, at those points. So that's, and he was like, what? It took him 3 laps to drink one beer. I was like, no, no, it was 3 beers. Come on, keep
Oh
up.
no.
Wait. There
No.
was a caution, guys.
No, that's why you slowed down. You tried to do a caution beer, a
Well, I
caution
did
race.
lose a little time. I did switch to water for these because I was, but
Oh,
but no, I was the one lap I really like. I lost like a second or two because I was trying to figure out the fuel and tires and all. I was like, I should have done this before the race started.
Yeah, that's really rough, man, for sure.
uh,
But hey, that was a great race though. No look back, super consistent. All of the things that you look for sure, in what you could probably only call just about the perfect race for you. I think the only thing you could have done better is maybe qualified on the pole and then drove through it in the heat. But it seemed like track position was just super important tonight. So congrats,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
I
yeah.
think. Thanks. I think I definitely got lucky by qualifying poorly because it took like Morgan and Sean. I think were probably by
Mm.
far the two fastest guys out there, but they were I think probably struggling a little bit to get through the field. But
Yeah.
I was looking forward to duking it out with them because I think I had enough pace to like battle with them, but I think straight up I think they were a little bit faster than me. So I
Well,
did get a
when
little
they
lucky
try to
there.
kill each other, it definitely does not look that way.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think you did good, Ben. But no, congrats, Jimmy. Another great race. Looking forward to seeing how that affects your points and on to week 4, man. Good stuff.
thanks.
All right, up next, because I saw him join and I won't let him sneak away from me, Mr. Brian Beeman. Hello, sir.
Hey,
How's it going, man?
it's going good.
Yeah, man, I
Most
bet it is. Look at you, like on the move all race. Just up and up and up. Mr. Consistency strikes again.
yeah, that was definitely a little bit of luck. Some people having not the best time probably, but going from I had an awful quali. I ran like a second slower than I should be running at least. But 19 to 6th overall, I'll take that.
Yeah, man, I was just watching all race. I mean, some people have some pretty flashy numbers from the feature alone, but you were on a consistent upward trend all through the heat or sprint race and through the feature. And we didn't talk about you much, which I honestly think today was probably a good thing, I would have to say. So
Yeah, I would
congratulations on
probably agree.
P6. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't have anything more there, Silk.
Yeah, Brian, like you said, you were just consistently moving up through, through every aspect of the race from, with the after the qualification in the sprint or the heat or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is. You did have some pretty tight battles in there though. Let's talk about that. What kind of experience did you have coming up in there?
Oh, well, I will say until until I murdered Carrie,
Hello.
Completely my fault. Until I murdered Carrie, I was literally saying out loud to myself, "This is the most fun I've ever had in a GT3 car." That towards the end of that heat race, that was so much fun, and then I ruined it.
Aw.
Yeah, no,
Ruined all
and
the
continued
fun.
having fun murdering Carrie. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in the feature, I was just on an island by myself. I was just hot lapping the
Mhm.
entire time by myself.
Right. Good
Also,
times then.
probably
Good
not a bad
times.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it's a
Yeah,
little
no
boring.
kidding.
Oh man. Oh, good stuff. Well, congrats, Brian, on P6. Another great race for you tonight. Kept it clean. Always a good time having you up here as well. So thanks for joining. Um, Gosh, I don't even know. I feel like I should roll a dice. Will, who we going to next? Pick a name for me here out of my list of people.
Okay, I want to hear from Chris Dowden just because I mean he was in a great spot and then he wasn't, and yeah, I just want to hear about his
That,
experience.
that's a very apt description of the.
Uh,
Things were going great until they weren't. No, super challenging track. I've been getting ready for the 12 hours, but with LMP, so, and I'm not
Ooh.
typically very good at switching cars, so it was really challenging to hop in this car and try to figure it out. But and I'd like to lodge a protest against Jimmy because he spoiled my attempt to qualify 10th. No, but Jimmy, you had amazing pace in the heat. You were just so consistent. I couldn't. I was pushing hard and I couldn't close that gap. And yeah, sometimes lap one stuff happens. I usually race formula cars, so I I I've been caught out before braking a little early because I don't want to ruin my front wing. So it happens sometimes. It was. I mean, I think I made it back up to 17th, so that's cool.
yep, definitely 17th, man. Well, congrats. Well, I gotta say, um, answer me this then. This will be a different angled question for you. So you talk about you and probably a handful of the guys in here tonight are going to be, you said, tackling the iRacing 12 hours of Sebring this weekend. So hats off to Carrie for the idea to run this week to hopefully give you guys some good practice or something. But my question to you, Chris, running an LMP or prototype style car, do you think maybe the practice in the GT car maybe helped you understand what the GT cars might want to do and maybe where you could use that to your advantage in the LMP as you navigated traffic this weekend?
I mean, I'm typically pretty good at navigating traffic anyway. I'm unfortunately not going to get to do Sebring because we had a family thing come up, but yeah, I'm my driving style in the LMP is definitely not one where I'm dive bombing GTs. I let them have the turn and I take them on the straights.
Well,
It's
I can speak
and
for
I mean,
every GT driver when I say thank you for being yourself because there
yeah.
is nothing scarier than the blinking lights.
Yeah, and I mean, I won my split in Petit Le Mans last year with as part of a two-person team. So that strategy works. So you just got to be patient.
Oh man, well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for that. And I mean, congratulations on the comeback. You had to basically hit the reset button in the feature with the early incident there, but to come back up to 17th, especially in this field tonight, I don't think that's anything short of impressive. So congratulations there, Chris.
Thanks.
Oh well, I think you did a good job picking next last time, so I'm gonna let you do it again.
Well, great, because I really wanted to hear uh, the counter argument from Brandon Dooley, because we'd already talked to Jimmy, and Jimmy said that he was just throwing flyers out his window for Brandon to catch. I just wanted to hear what Brandon had to say about that. So,
I don't know. I was pushing. There was a little bit of a discrepancy between what Race Labs was telling me time left versus crew chief versus iRacing. So I kind of started panicking in the last 3 laps when it said I've got 10 minutes to go and I've got 5 minutes of fuel. So I started backing way off, and I'm like at this point it's useless to even save because I'm just going to have to go in if that's the case. So finally flipped through the black box enough, and I found the time remaining was just a few minutes. So I'm like, okay, I'm good to go again. But This week was great. Remembered the pit speed limiter button, so I didn't get the 40-second hold like I had last week at Hockenheim. But no, it was good. It was good. Had a little back and forth with I'd say Thiago. I assume that's how you pronounce his name.
Tiago, yeah.
Didn't want to butcher it, but had some close racing with him. Unfortunately, him and I think Sean kind of got a little tussle, a little fender bender a couple times, and created some separation, and I assumed some damage on their part. So kind of weren't in the picture then as far as the pace that I was able to run. But yeah, I think Jimmy, we were just trading tenths back and forth, and even if I had another 45 laps, I don't think it would have made enough difference, or I would have put a dent into that couple second gap.
Yeah, that was actually, you stole my question there. I was going to ask, what do you think you needed? More time? Did you need to catch more traffic? It seemed there was, at certain points, there was pretty big fluctuation, because I remember at one point I said, and you'll go back and watch this and call me out for it, but I said there's 3.6 seconds between them. Like, Jimmy's pulling away, and then 5 or so minutes later, I look back and it's down to like 1.6, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
did Jimmy have
that
a problem? Like, what's going on?
no, I think that depends on where you're looking. So the relative goes a little goofy after the hairpin for a little bit. So depending on where we were at on track, it could fluctuate from what I noticed a little bit. It stayed fairly consistent, and we hit lappers a little bit, and I caught right back. I caught up a little bit, but it just wasn't enough.
Gotcha. Well, heck of a drive tonight, regardless. You kept the 114 machine nice and clean. And, in tonight's field, like I said, I think that was definitely saying something. So, congrats on P2. Only one position to improve on for next week, Brandon. So, keep it up, man.
Oh, that's a tough ask.
I believe in you. Be the
But
me that believes in you.
to your question that I think you asked, Chris,
Yeah.
we're running the LMDH this coming weekend. So
Yeah.
Morgan, Rich, and myself, and another guy that wasn't able to make this one tonight. But yeah, I think it's a huge help. One, having practiced a bunch already, got 500 or 600 laps in the LMDH here in the last few months. But just kind of then you get that kind of get a clue as to what the GT3s are going to do, how they're acting, how they're feeling around the track, to know where they kind of need to be. Which corners they have to apex to make the corners at speed. So I think it's definitely a benefit to have around GT3 right before going to the LMDH this weekend.
Well, that's awesome. And man, that's a stacked team. Are you guys like legally able to put the drivers on the same team? Is that fair?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I wish you guys the best. I hope you give them heck and have a fantastic time this weekend with Sebring. It is a really cool event. So good luck to you guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Have fun.
Cool. Silk, spin it. Who do we got next?
Okay, well, I mean, Chris Schuessler has been sitting here for a minute, and there was a lot of activity going on with him. I wanted to hear his reactions to how he dealt with the track tonight, because everybody was having issues with the track. I just wanted to hear from Chris and see how his race went.
Well, it could have been a little better, but that's how they go. You always try and take something positive away from it.
Right.
And at the start, I got a little bounced around, but that really probably wouldn't have changed the result at the end, I don't think. But I have to kind of remind myself, every time, you take the car off the track, no matter what the reason, you're losing time, And, you know, who's to say that, if I was, clean and didn't have any offs, sort of maybe where I would have been or who I could have competed with at the end of the race. So, just something to keep in mind and focus on for the next races is to just try and be as clean as possible, drive well. And I kept finding myself, in front of or behind Rashana again this week, like last week, and he was really, really quick. And any chance that I thought I could try and be competitive with him, I'd either take a turn wrong or go off. And yeah, I sort of like killed that opportunity for myself. So it was good. I practiced earlier today a little bit, and I thought, you know what? Hey, you know what? I feel pretty good on this track. And it just amazes me that I feel like I'm pretty good or pretty fast, and everyone else is just so dang quick. It's like I don't know how these guys find the time. It's amazing. So, again, just like hats off to the competition. It's good to be in a group of guys that just race well. A lot of respect, and there's a lot to take away from that. So, enjoy the league for sure. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and Chris, that's that you can't kill attitude that we absolutely love from you, man. So good stuff tonight. So I saw there was a couple. This is a different spin question, I guess. There was a couple moments I caught that you were involved in. I never specifically saw you being the one that was crashing, but you were around a couple different crashes. The one that I can note specifically was you were right there when Sean came out of the pits and then spun 180 across your nose. Um, so I gotta ask, what do you think was the craziest moment tonight that you had?
Boy, the craziest moment. I don't know. And I have to look at that also on the replay.
There
I
was no
don't know.
touch, no touch.
Okay,
He
no
just
touch.
spun. No, he just spun, but you were just like, oh crap, and probably had to get to the brakes pretty quickly because it was very
Yeah,
sudden.
I was wondering if I, just nudged like the quarter panel and caused him to spin.
No.
And you've known me for a little while now. I'm like super concerned about,
Yeah.
being respectful and not ruin anyone's race. And I thought Corey and I had an issue in the heat, and it actually wasn't us. So I was a little relieved there. But I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's one specific incident. Like I said, there was just a couple. I'm hard on myself, I guess, and um, I just think that some of those turns could have been a little cleaner. I put myself on the grass a couple times, and once you put yourself on the grass, you lose what 10 seconds, 15 seconds trying to get back on. Um,
Yeah.
you do that 2, 3, or 4 times in a race. It's like you're a minute behind all of your competitors, and that is tough to make up, especially for someone like myself who isn't necessarily the quickest. So I don't know if I have a worse moment. I did spin into the wall at one point on like the back straight, and just kind of sat there and was watching the relative to make sure everyone could kind of get by before I put it in reverse. So yeah, that doesn't, I guess, specifically answer your question, but yeah, like I said, every time I take myself off the track, on my own, it's 15 seconds or so to sort of get back on, and it all adds up.
Right. Oh, very good.
Hmm.
And from the comment section too, Rashana also reaching out to say, "Great race, Chris," in our
Oh,
chat. So
I didn't see that, but yeah,
yeah,
he's good. I mean, we seem to always kind of catch each other on track, and it's super fun, and he's a good competitor. So
absolutely.
I like to see him and race with him.
Yeah, it's really
Uh,
fun to have all of those people, like have someone to race with. I think, Seb, I
Right.
don't know if that's what you're gonna say, but
Yeah, no, and that's true. I mean, it's great to have that group of people that you just kind of gravitate to. But I do want to give a shout out to you, Chris, and Rashana, and people like Logan Key, who might be on the closer to the beginner side, right? But Logan Key breaking out, what did he pull? P11, up 11 spots. It's
he had a great
hard.
race.
Yeah, it's hard to be on a field like this. I mean, you got people like Jimmy Hayden, Sean Ryan. We won't even talk about the Texas folks because we're about to hear from them here in a minute. But you got those people, and just being on that track. I mean, it takes a lot of guts, a lot of courage, and like you said, the commitment to just be improving every time you do that. And I just want to give you guys a shout out because that's amazing, um, for you guys to do that every week.
I appreciate it. Thanks. I feel like I've taken up too much time here, but yeah, no, it is cool.
Yeah,
Like I said, to be around, these caliber drivers in this league is, it's good, and it'll only make me better. So, and like I said, everyone's super respectful, and you know, try and get out of the way when I can if there's lap traffic, and I'll be better for it. So anyway, I definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Right on, Chris. And from chat too, Logan actually is watching still in the chat. So he said, listening to Chris gives me the strength to run through a wall. Best mindset ever. He goes.
Ah,
right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Logan's my OG. You know what I mean? We put some laps together,
Yeah,
so no,
Daytona,
it's
baby.
cool.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Good
That's
stuff,
right.
guys. Good stuff.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris. As always, your spirit's enough to put a smile on anybody's face. So thank you for joining us up here.
Awesome. Thank you,
Silk,
guys.
next victim. Spin it, Will. What do we got?
Okay, I wanna hear from Morgan because we had some expectations coming up. I know he had some expectations, and I want to hear how he experienced things.
Uh, it was interesting. I think definitely had some learnings there for sure. I mean, first, I feel horrible about the feature because I gave somebody a nice little punt there in turn 3. I think that was Chris. Um, I just got caught out in the braking, so he had just enough of a push to send him into Rich, which was 100% on me after looking at it. And then, looking at just the race overall, I learned as long as it's allowable in the rules, I need to be a little more strategic with qualifying because starting position is definitely key. With the top 10 being this quick, it definitely is a challenge to vault them in the sprint heats. So, yeah, like I said, lots of learnings. Unfortunately, had I contacted, like I said, Chris in the feature, and then I was contacted later. So I'm going to say that from a karma perspective, that it all equaled out. That's how it was supposed to be, and just got to learn from it and try to do better on the next race.
Well, that's more unkillable attitude too, Morgan, and it's great watching you. We were cheering you on from the get go. We're on a mission up there at the front for sure. Um, and it's track position actually was where my question was going to come from, so I'll just elaborate. But as we talked about it now, so that's 2 races in a row, and I don't remember if it happened. Well, week 1 it didn't because I think you went and took the lead on that one. But week 2 and week 3 now, the driver that has qualified 10th, therefore taking the pole in the heat race, manages to go on and win the heat race from the pole, and Jimmy being the first one to actually, sweep one from the second one, besides you, Morgan, week 1 doing all 3. So track position, man, just super important with these guys, huh?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, top 10 was pretty quick, and if I don't know if qualifying's representative, but if you look at practice, um, they most of the top 10 was very, very close together and in the 59s. So when you flip a group like that, obviously it's going to be a challenge, and when you do make it by people, there's a price there, and that's going to be in your tires, which just hurts you on the next one. So it's definitely a good challenge, but definitely got to respect the skill in the top 10. It's no joke.
Right, right. And I want to say, I know you're talking more strategic, but I've been rooting you on and saying every week that's what Morgan does. He just drives through the field because that's just what he does. There's none of this strategic, using the reversal to get on pole. And like you said, I mean, the last 2 weeks, that's exactly what's been happening. But I mean, I've been rooting you on and saying Morgan's the guy that's going to just drive through the field. That's what he does.
Wait
He
till
he
next week,
gets the
Silk.
practice.
He's
Yeah,
got
so
this. He's locking it
we'll see
down.
what happens. We'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, I'm intrigued too. We'll see if my mind's not fried from the LMDH here at Sebring.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know
Right.
what? I think it's at Long Beach, right? So that's always an entertaining race.
I'm gonna lose some fingernails at that one for sure, from a race control perspective. I did want to say too. So Rashana in chat there, get some saying great race, Morgan, and Rashana says note to self: don't watch Morgan in warm up and try to replicate him in the race. He makes it look so easy. so, so good stuff though, man. Hey, great race, Morgan. Way to try to come back there. I know a couple instances didn't go your way, but kept the smile on, kept the car in gear, and what more can you ask for, man? Great finish.
Hey, appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, sir. All right, Silk, we're running out of people here to pick, but still have a few
Mm-mm.
left. What are your
Yeah,
decisions? Who do we
no,
call
I,
upon?
I'm I'm wanting to hear from the Texas boy.
Which I think we got a couple in here, don't we?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
specifically Danny. Yeah.
Oh man, fun race.
Yeah. Oh, Danny's on the phone. All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Thing up.
Well,
Good
Daniel
record,
Daniel
Cheyenne.
McConnell got the last spot on podium, up 4 positions. So tell us about that last little bit that I mean, you didn't start there. You kind of made your way there, and there was a lot of battling to get there. So let's talk about that.
Well, towards the end there, I was kind of running by myself for a bit, just hot lapping. But yeah, we'll call that race a series of unfortunate events that I came out on the good side of. But yeah, and to Morgan's point, anytime he's in your mirror, that's where your eyes are focused, and it just takes your eyes off the road. He's hard to drive in front of.
Right. There was quite a few of your boys here tonight too. We had some other guys. How'd they do?
I think Gavin had a unfortunate incident towards the front of the race, and that put him pretty far back. Dalton, I want to say I'm not quite sure where he finished. You guys got it right.
I got it. Yeah, ninth.
Yep, he was in ninth.
Heck yeah.
Okay, ninth. Okay, yeah. So got one more in here, Gavin. He was sporting the Texas Speed livery also. He just, like I said, he had an unfortunate start to the race, but it was good to see three of us in there, just repping that Texas Speed logo.
Right on. Well, I'm going to ask you, Danny, from a perspective of somebody who maybe didn't have too many incidents. Why do you think this week, out of the 3 weeks we've had so far, had so many of these unfortunate fender benders between drivers?
Man, you've heard from a couple people. I know a lot of people are running these prototypes for the 12-hour, and I mean we're no stranger to that either. It was kind of hard to transition back into GT3, but I think just trying to feel the balance out on having no downforce versus having a lot of downforce kind of shook us all up.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. It sounds like you said a lot of people switching from the LMPs to the LMHDs, these just freaky fast cars, and maybe we're thinking that they have the better brakes to rely on at the moment that they don't, or not sure if they have it, and vice versa, and the
Took
guy
me
behind
about
him
half the
doesn't.
race to figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, great racing from yourself, man. I was really rooting you getting to catch up to your buddy Jimmy there, so we could have seen a repeat from Road Atlanta with you guys. But he
I was
didn't want to
trying.
play.
Yeah, not at all. I still think we need to really inspect his car. I don't know that it's up to standard.
Well, I can tell you, it's got more cup holders than everybody else's. That's for sure.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
Out the window at some point, so y'all might want to look into that too.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, we added weight to Sean Ryan's car this week, not Jimmy's, because everybody was talking about Sean's. So, my bad.
Chris too. I appreciate it. You guys listen to your drivers, and that goes a long way.
That's awesome. I got to point out too, because we're getting some flack in the Discord now. So Jimmy says, if you heard me cursing every lap in qualifying in the Abbott Discord, BC, you'd understand. Tiago responds with Oscar nominee Jimothy Hayden. Good stuff. Not quite the noodle man himself. So let's see here. Trying to check through my chat too to see. I'm pretty sure that Gavin hit oil that was leaking from Jimmy's car. Yeah, hashtag blame Jimmy. Gonna be trending on Twitter here pretty soon. It looks like. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Jimmy.
I started it, so it's all my fault. You're welcome, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's a lie. He doesn't go on Twitter. There's no way.
All good.
Right on. Well, thanks, Danny. Who we got next? So.
I'm not sure of these other names, their Discord names. I couldn't tell you. It looks like we got 2 left, and we'll talk to Kerry as well,
I
but
think
we'll save him for last.
Talked to Dooley already, so we've got Thornton there on the bottom, the TH3 RT1N.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do Thornton. Thornton Thomas.
Talk to Thornton. Yeah.
Hello.
Can
you hear me?
Yep, we got you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so Thornton, you finished out at what? P14 up
down 4 from
down 4. You're right. So talk about a little bit about what happened there.
Well, so this has actually been my first race since I guess it's October. It was the last race of Downshift was the last time I touched my sim rig. And I did about 20 laps of practice for this race, and I really just wanted to not punt anybody else, to be honest.
That's a good goal.
That was my goal.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in the feature race, I think I spun it into the wall the lap before I was gonna pit. But that worked out pretty well because at least I didn't have to pit again.
There you go.
And
Strategy, baby.
yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I was surprisingly consistent, and that was like the one thing I wanted to do was have consistent lap times, and not punt people.
So
Um,
what got you back into the rig then? I mean, for spending so much time out.
I started a new job,
Mm.
and finally figured out my work schedule. So, yep.
Right, right. And now you got some free time and you're going to spend it here doing racing. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's great stuff, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome, man. It's super happy to have you back, Thornton. I know we go, like you said, way back to some downshift days for sure. So it's awesome to see you make it back in the field tonight. I was watching you. You had an interesting technique for warming up your tires in qualifying. It looked like you were trying to steal the drift show away from Jimmy. I was a little bit concerned that you might have been frying your back tires up there a little bit. But I've got a question for you, and it turns into a sponsorship plug. Watch this marketing ploy, guys. You ready for this? Thornton, you look like you're running an iRacing paint. I don't see a Trading Paints paint on that car.
Yeah.
Well, did you know that Mr. Chris Needham has this really cool thing that he can do for you called make you a really pretty paint
I
in our
did
circuit?
actually. I have 2 of his paints.
Well, maybe if you're going to run with us, maybe by next week you can get a hold of him. We'll see if he can pencil you in. But I really like the design that he did on one of your old stock car rides there. So interesting to see what other crazy things he can come up with. Maybe for I don't know, a BMW M3.
Yeah, that one was it was a it was the F1 zipper car
Yeah,
livery.
right. Very
Yep.
cool. Well, you always
Now,
have the cars that
correct
stand out
me
for sure.
now correct me if I'm wrong about this too, but Chris also has a set on his community page in Trading Paints, right? That you can just download, right?
A collection, yep. You can absolutely make yourself
Mm-hmm.
look like a Six Sigma
Mhm.
machine as well. I don't know if that's got enough
Get
crazy colors for
mm.
Thornton though. He needs like 4 or 5 different primary colors on his car. It doesn't blind you that it's not enough color.
I believe that was one of my requirements the last time I had Mr. Needham make me a set. It was if it's not blinding, it's not right.
Right. Well, he definitely delivered, so I look forward to maybe seeing another collab there and what you guys can come up with to absolutely horrify and scar other drivers on the racetrack without actually making contact with them. Good luck to
Yep.
you, Thornton, in the future with that, and thanks for racing with us tonight, man. Looking forward to seeing you on track with us more as the weeks go on.
Yep.
Well, Will, I think old Mr. Rich Hibbs has made it easy for you to figure out who that was. I went to the sign-up sheet while you were asking that question to figure it out, and then Richard made it really easy for us by naming himself in the Discords. Thank you, Rich, for that.
No
Welcome.
problem.
Oh man, there's so many Discord names. It gets crazy. I remember we used to have it that people change their names automatically, but I just need to start making nicknames. But welcome, sir. Thanks for waiting. I think you're the last one, maybe besides Carrie, that gets a shot to chat, but Carrie's not going anywhere, so I don't have to worry about losing him. So
It's true.
right. So P7 final finishing result down 2 spots from uh end of the heat race. How do you think your race went tonight?
That doesn't really tell the story of the race because I was actually 28th after turn 3.
I
On
remember.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a journey back. Corey was strapped to my rear bumper the whole entire way, so we just kind of started going through traffic. I had a lot of damage after the shunt on the first lap, so didn't get that repaired until pit stop. And then after the pit stop, I was about half a second to 3/4 of a second faster, but so was Corey. So we were still stuck together and just charging people down. If I had about 2 more laps, Brian was going to be another victim, but just ran out of laps there.
Right on, man. Yeah, you were hard charging. It was super fun to watch you and Corey. I see Corey actually started back there. You got an impromptu end of line penalty there at the beginning of the race. So he was up 23 spots if you were right next to him. So that goes to show how many spots that you filled tonight. So hats off to that. Way to put the nose to the grindstone and get it done, man. Good stuff.
Thanks. It was actually quite nice that iRacing didn't decide that my car was absolutely in shambles for a change.
Yeah.
So
no meatballs for you, right?
it was only down on a little bit of top speed, and I can deal with that.
Right on. Silk, you got anything?
Yeah, well, the most important thing I was gonna try and see if I could get you to say his name correctly this time, but no,
Hibbs?
yeah,
Bring
yeah,
me Hobbs.
Yeah, I could be Hobbs. I don't know. It's not an insult, man. The dude's jacked. I don't know. I love Fast and
No,
Furious.
but
Listen.
really, really good run for you tonight. You know, like a lot of people, you know, we had some expectations early on in the beginning of the race, and some things happened. You know, lap one, like you said, and you fought back, and it was a really good show. You know, and like you said, you had fun doing it with Corey, and that's great because. Um, Everybody's looking at the front of the pack, but you know, watching people like you, and I say this about Morgan all the time. He likes to drive through the to drive through the field. He just practices driving through the field, and that's pretty much what you and Corey got to do tonight. So, um, hats off to you guys. Great run. Unfortunate how it began for you, but you made a really good comeback for that. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Right on. Well, I think we've successfully chatted with about half of the field again, although the field got bigger this week. So super fun though. Love having all you guys in here. So thanks everybody for your time. We're not holding you here, but you're more than welcome to stay and laugh at this or that, or continue to blame Jimmy for things, because that seems to be the theme tonight. So no worries there. But I got a couple questions for my good buddy Mr. Kerry Brooks. Hi, Kerry.
Hey, Ben.
How goes it, buddy?
It goes pretty good. Uh, Happy to be here. Like to thank the Academy.
So first things first, let me address the elephant in the room here. So 25th, right? That's probably not we're thinking you were going to end up tonight, eh?
No, it was a rough night for Gary. Started with qualifying. I botched. I was on two really fast laps, both the first one and the second one. So the third one, I just literally backed it down and did an average sort of pace lap, and so started 12th. I was kind of hoping I might get that lucky 10th, but didn't happen. Then I got bounced around a little bit. Made a mistake or two of my own through the course of the night, which you know is what it is. But each time when I came out of the pits, I ended up being like in position wise, like in 10th or 11th, like following that pack. So I think I don't know who I went flying past one person that I think was like 13th, and I thought, well, there's not much point in me trying to go and put pressure on anybody. So it just became, I don't know, a run around and wait. Finally, I think in the very last lap, I decided to let it rip. And I don't know who I tracked down, but somebody up there and ran my fastest lap. So that was kind of the fun I had there. But I mean, both starts I really enjoyed. I was 3 wide in both of them, and everyone did a really good job holding. So I thought that was fun, but overall, I wouldn't say it was tremendously successful. Now, the reality is those, you know, I mean, I didn't put any practice time in. I'm not all that familiar with Sebring. I ran a couple of those sprint races the other Saturday night, and that's about it. But you know, whatever. I'm just glad that people had some fun. I'm glad there was a good show up front. I love the size of the field, honestly. We've probably got a couple of hurt feelings here and there, but that's racing, and hopefully everyone can cool off and take a look at it and
Yeah,
and remember
Kerry,
this is all for fun.
Yeah, man.
I got two questions for you, Kerry. First question is, did you, when you say you botched, did you botch those like as if maybe you killed the car and didn't start when green flag went, or
No,
Um,
in the qualifying lap, the first lap, I believe I threw a tire off somewhere, and maybe the second one was either an off track or I was maybe aggressively cutting in that little chicane before I don't know what the turn numbers are for the second last turn, but yeah. I think so in each one of them, either way, I had a disqualification for the lap.
Ugh. Yeah.
okay, so at no time did you have to, like, I don't know, restart your car at the front of the pack?
No,
Okay.
no, I
I'm
didn't wreck it. I
just checking.
just was
Mhm.
being a little pushy.
There's a dig in here and a finger being pointed in a certain direction, Carrie, if you're not picking up on it. So
Oh,
it's hashtag blame Jimmy night.
It's
That's
all
all I'm
good.
gonna say. So.
well, I'm not gonna blame Jimmy. I'm having a beer with him right now. Cheers, Jimmy.
Right?
Excuse me. Do I have to go? I don't have one on me right now.
Hey, you can
Well,
drink water. I'm drinking water with you too, Jimmy. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I'm finished. I have like 4 empty water bottles sitting right next to me right now.
How do you not have to run to the restroom? I need an IRL pit stop after that.
Oh no, I went before qualifying and before the feature.
Hey man, that 10-minute warm up's priceless, eh?
Oh yeah, need those.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad we switched it to 10 minutes instead of 5. I think that extra 5 minutes
Yeah.
is nice for extracurriculars, if you know what I mean.
So my second question, Carrie, is kind of a two-part question. The first part is, did you get paid to leave almost yellow all over the track? Was that like a sponsorship deal?
Yeah.
And yeah.
That was for
And
Chris
then-
Needham. We were talking about artwork, so I wanted to blast an ND on the side of those tires.
There you go.
Right.
Which I
got
successfully
you.
did.
Oh, no.
And then the last piece of that is the pace car, treacherous. Pace car was treacherous tonight. Maybe going forward, we don't do a full lap of, pace car action.
Well, my understanding when I set these up, they were all selected to be short laps. So I'm wondering if Sebring doesn't have a short lap.
Right.
Yeah, we were talking
Like I
about
know
that.
Daytona doesn't. I know. Remember we figured that out. But
they should put it on that straightaway, man, right before sunset. That'd be the perfect
Totally.
place to stage the field. So that's.
I'll have a peek.
I
I
mean,
know that a lot of things had to be changed around. I've redone,
Mhm.
setups and increase the field size and change the whole heat format a number of times. So who knows if something
I'll tell you
is
this.
reset, but
As somebody that had spent extensive amount of time in the rookie oval leagues, I can tell you that I use the gridding process in the pace laps to figure out very early on who I want to stay the heck away from on the track before the race starts. So maybe some drivers got some looks at their competition tonight when they had that extended time under yellow before the race dropped, and maybe that helps some folks out.
It's funny you say that, Ben.
Hmm?
Sometimes I'll just look as scary as possible on the pace lap, so people like be like, "Oh, I don't want to be around him. Like
Forget
I'm
to
gonna
start
give
your
him some
car,
space."
scary, or like.
Well, just like aggressively like swerving and stuff, and they're like, "Who is this guy? I need to stay away." And then I just like it gives you a little extra breathing room on the first lap.
I wish Baker was here. He has a fantastic pace lap story to tell sometime. Maybe we can get him up here. It involves a contact and lots of 4Xs on the backstretch before the green flag drops.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh,
Well, hey,
that's racing.
well, I think we've successfully scared just about everybody off now, so that's pretty great. But hey, this was a really fun race. Anybody that gets a chance to watch it back, I hope you guys enjoyed the SDK shenanigans and the hey, that worked. Hey, that didn't work. What's this button
Right.
do? Events that happened all this week tonight. But I have to say, all in all, shout out to you, Will, for putting in the time to set up this overlay.
Yeah, man.
And get the framework. I mean, we talked about it or whatever, but I mean, somebody had to put the research time in, put the pictures up on the screen and everything. To shout out to our buddy Needham, and things like that. And so I want to thank you for that effort, and looking forward to sharpening our blades here, so to speak, going forward, continuing to make this better and better broadcast quality as the weeks go on. So thank you, sir, for that.
Right on. Right on. Hashtag blame Jimmy.
There you go. Well, I don't know if I want to blame Jimmy for that. That was a good thing. I think I'm going to blame you for that because I don't want to give Jimmy credit for. I mean, he won the race, so he can have that. You did the good overlay thing, so that's good stuff. But
hey, yeah,
yeah.
officially, Jimmy, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Good race.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys putting this all together. It's it's always a pleasure racing with you guys, and I think we have a really good group. So
Yeah, we sure do.
I'm
Like you
glad to
said,
be a part of it.
I think there's definitely some folks out there that had some incidents, and I will go on record now saying if there's anybody that needs to do some post-race discussion, I'm open for it when I have time. I will say though that I think a lot of drivers are looking for penalties or some form of um, negative impact to prevent drivers from doing things going forward, and I think that's a conversation to have, for sure, which would require you know people maybe submitting video evidence or something to talk about. But I encourage anybody and everybody that's in this race, that's racing official sessions, that is racing in Gran Turismo 7, to, instead of look at it with the angle of so and so made a mistake, they should be penalized for it, why not make an attempt to reach out to that person and have a friendly conversation about the incident, an attempt to have them learn something from it if you honestly think that they were in the wrong, or maybe get their side of the story too. So not saying that any incident is just not worth penalizing and everybody just needs to get over it, because definitely is blatant issues and mistakes that people had made tonight. But I think contacting that driver maybe after you've had some time to cool off a little is always a good way to go about maybe sorting some things out. And who knows, if you take that approach, maybe that's somebody that will then go, well, he didn't yell at me, so I'll actually listen to him, learn something from it, and move on. So, you never know, but we're definitely here for fun first. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the competition. It's definitely stiff at the front all the way through the field. Looks like literally everybody had somebody to race tonight. So can't stress enough how important and awesome that is. But from a race control perspective, it was a chaotic race, but it was for the most part a friendly one. People stayed respectful, especially on the radio, which is good. So thank you all for that. And on to Long Beach. Good God, on to Long Beach. Okay. On to Long Beach. Well, that's going to require it. This job might actually make me start drinking something other than water, Silk. I'm not going to lie. Um, but
Motor oil?
yeah,
Yeah,
there it
motor
is.
oil.
Yeah, got to make sure the cylinders are pumping. Uh, but hey, thanks all. Thanks everybody from the racers to the viewers, folks in chat, everybody that came up here to interview with me tonight, and anybody that gets a chance to see this. Thank you all for participating. If you're not in the Discord, why the heck not? It's in the description. Get in here. Tell Jimmy it's his fault. He'll have no idea. It'll be a great time. Listen, it's going to be great. Thanks all. I think that's enough talking from us tonight. So, on to next week. Get my scene going here. Let's get those out of the way. Hey, how about this week? Watkins Glen tomorrow night. Oval. PTM. Chris Shiver, the man, the machine, the legend. Check it out over on PTM Racing TV, guys. Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. Thanks all. Have a fantastic week. We will talk to you next Tuesday. We head to Long Beach. Bye-bye.